Let's get back to playing our life now. With all that remained of the carnage being a few drying watermarks spotting the street, your group had returned to the state you'd originally started in. Directionless relaxation. Oh, I was gonna ask, were you gonna try the Pocket Mirror remake/remaster demo? I am torn on whether I want to do the demo or whether I want to wait for the entire game to come out. Right now, I'm in the mind state where it's like I'd rather wait for the game to come out before I play it. Hi, Elio! Hi there, Capiz! How's it going? Wait, what did I do, Stu? I guess I brought up the menu. Cove had been perfectly willing to return to his house while still wet, and scrounge up fresh glasses of lemonade. Plus he had your chips tucked under his arm. It was a struggle to balance it all. Text outline. Thick. Nani? Is that thick? It doesn't look all that. Oh, it's the outline. Okay. It's the outline. This didn't look like. I think I like this one the most. I just came back from work, just resting a bit before I start my art grind again. Oh, welcome back! I wasn't sure if you would be back home soon. Welcome back. Think it's funny at least? Things are fine though, maybe? Good luck, good luck! Good luck on your art grind! I got work in 5 hours. He passed the drink to you and one to Derek, then used his free hand to flip the laundry basket over. It was less flimsy than it looked because Cove sat on it and it didn't buckle at all. I gotta crawl into the shower and eat and prep to watch for my stupid ass computer. Yeah, is it coming in today? Derek politely passed on the seat Cove provided. He remained standing while shifting his weight from one foot to the other. Let's see. I feel like if I sat on the basket, I would break it. And it's like summer, so I probably wouldn't like to sit on the ground because it'd be too hot, so I'll just stand. That's where you would be the most comfortable. Derek welcomed you to the standing section with a grin. In 5 hours, that's when I go to work. And I'll be there until for 4.5 hours. So today at 7 p.m., which I didn't know deliveries ran that late, but I've had a few deliveries come at like 10 p.m. It is pretty weird, but it happens. Cove quietly took a sip of his lemonade. Derek circled the top of his glass with the top of one finger, watching Cove.
Are you alright?
How's your hand? I'm gonna turn this down a bit for me. It's a bit loud. Cove savored another taste of the drink, let out a refreshed sigh, and then answered. Elio. What?
It's okay.
Cool. The ritual of checking on him was complete, and Derek could only chuckle bashfully over his habit. Cove smiled over the rim of his cup. There was comfort in knowing Derek would always care. God, I do not want to set up my computer at 10. I mean, you can always set it up tomorrow. In between enjoying the lemonade was plenty of munching on chips. It was a match made in heaven. The air was warm enough to be comfortable, even with your wet clothes. Lemonade, chips, and good company. That was what days like this were for. It couldn't get much better. Cove agreed contently, without you even having to say so. How many pennies do you get for each time there's orders after 10? Are you talking to me or Dwarf? Summer really is the best season.
Same.
I think so too. Let me see. Yeah, me 3. Summer is my favorite time of the year. Because you do a bunch of fun stuff in summer. Awesome. A gentle expression rested on Derek's face as he spoke softly. Be nice if things could be like this all the time, huh? But then Derek lifted his glasses and spoke in mock outrage to the world at large. Gotta rip the metaphorical band-aid off. Need to campaign prep for my game on Thursday anyway, so would rather have Wednesday open. Why can't it always be summer break? Without you even having to say so. Good, because Elio isn't say-so. Oi! I could be say-so! Despite it being an obvious joke, Derek's words struck a chord with Cove. His total chill hardened into seriousness. Ugh, summer. Fuck the summer. I love the summer! I love summer! He downed his second glass of lemonade and hopped onto his feet. It might be because I'm bad with cold weather, so I like summer. Because there's no cold weather. I'm really sensitive to the cold. I'm gonna go check something. You should come, both of you. He considered that a sufficient offer because Cove simply walked back to the front of his house and left the empty glass at the side of the door. But where's Dylan? Being cold and warming up is supreme comfort. I don't know. I would rather just not be cold. Oh, so hold on. I'm gonna go check to see if whoever was doing laundry is done, so I can put my laundry in. Minutes. 5 more minutes until it's done. Oh god. I don't care about that notification. Okay. Are you sensitive to the Dylan? I hate the cold. I agree with Elio. Summer is the best. I imagine the summer in Canada must be like a breath of fresh air. He considered that a sufficient offer because Cove simply walked back to the front of his house and left the empty glass at the side of the door. Derek's gaze followed his friend and he lifted one brow. I swear, Elio's new model makes him look tall. How's it make me look tall? What are we gonna see? It's much shorter than winter. Yeah, that's gotta suck. You'll see when we get there. You're probably gonna try to talk me out of it. So you don't need to know now. More like winter is longer than it should. Yeah, I feel like Canada is like winter most of the year. And then summer for just a little bit. From what I've seen of it though. But winter is nice, but I'm cold. I don't like the cold.
What?
He almost dropped his cup. Derek twisted his head to track Cove's moves with his saucer-wide eyes. Then he's gonna get it. Oh yeah, I take that bet.
Come on.
Still completely confident, Cove strolled up the road. Derek gulped, but not the lemonade. He pointed a panicked glance at you. We should go. Alright. Understandable. I hate the heat, so I love winter. If I have to choose between walking normally and walking on snow, I choose walking normally. Same with choosing between wearing 5 layers before going out or just wearing a shirt and pants. See, Twy gets me. Twy gets me. Derek hooked his open hand through the side handle of the laundry basket. He jogged on his tiptoes over to Cove's condo. The bin bumped along against the street beside him. He flung it in front of him and left it there in the entry. He placed his half-empty lemonade by Cove's. You were right behind him. You dropped the chips into the laundry basket and completed the set of glasses by placing yours next to theirs. Let's go. I mean, it's always summer where I live. A lot of people say it's always summer in California, but I don't mind that it's always summer in California. Oh my god, no, wait. Wait! Did he... You made me freak out. I thought there was like a worded thing saying that he bit his lip. After another light jog, you caught off with Cove. He was going at a leisurely pace and smirked when he saw the two of you in the corner of his vision. Hey! Better Twitch.tv is great. Oh, oh, there's a lip bite. Hi! Together, you, Cove, and Derek left your neighborhood and returned to the main sidewalk that you took to reach the grocery store hours earlier. Is that just better Twitch.tv? I thought it was just a general emote. Yeah, see you later, ID! An exchange of glasses between you and Derek was the only interaction you had during the walk. Cove kept his sun-kissed face forward and his mouth shut. Bop Twy? Why? What did Twy do? Hold on. What was my thing for it this time? Give me a second. It's gotta load in. Okay, is it loaded in? Okay, it's loaded in. Alright. Let me just grab my thing here. Headpads! Don't think that headpads will keep you safe from the bonking. Bonka 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 bonk. Habonk, 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 habonk. Boom boom bonka 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 bonk bonk. You certainly didn't hesitate before bonking me. I mean, I could bonk you for so many things, Twy. This is cathartic for me. A bonka 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 bonk 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 bonk. For so many things. Boy. Oh wait, that's what you meant. Yes! That is why I would bonk you. I'm not suffering that much from the bonk because the wiggly ears ease the pain. Sussy Baka Boy. Oh, hi there, Okami! Wait, that's what you mean. Yes, that is what I mean. So hold on. Laundry should be done by now. Let me go check on it. Yeah. Get this bonk stick out of the way. Alright, I'm back. Oh my god, I got a big headache. Jeez. Okay. 50 minutes. And then I'll check on the laundry. Can't believe he left us. I just went to go check on the laundry. But oh my goodness. So like, trying to word this a bit low so he can't hear me. But my uncle put like stuff in the washer, right? And I was like, is it okay if I put it in the dryer since it's done washing? And he's like, yeah, but your cousin like put something in there that can't be dried. And I was like, okay, what is the thing that can't be dried? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, so like, do you want me to just not put the stuff in the dryer if you don't know what it is? And then he got all like pissy at me and he was like, put it in the dryer. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to see what not to put in there. Anyway, I think I found the thing. It was like contact lens container. So I'm assuming that's the thing she didn't want dried. And I put the rest of it in the dryer. So if I get yelled at, well, my mistake, I guess. But yeah, hello. Even though I still hear his voice. Damn, I just got here. Hi, Jelix. You hear Elio, but he's not here. He's not real. Oi. I'm real. Oh, that's what that squeaking sound was. I thought I was being crazy. Squeaking sound. Squeaky, you say? What's squeaking sound? What's a squeaking sound? Anyway, back to the game. Only about a minute later, your progress was halted by a row of strikingly orange traffic cones and strings of droopy do not cross banners. Should we go around? You're not gaslighting you, Elio. Oi. You guys better not be. No, we're here. Huh? Derek stalled. Cove, however, got onto his knees in front of the blocked-off area. His eyes were glinting with intention. I don't know what gaslighting is anymore. Yeah, we're not gaslighting you. We would never. Oh, you would. You would, 100%. I saw this when we were leaving, but people were working on it. The concrete is still wet, and there's no one around now. Yet again, Cove had knocked a gasp out of Derek. You're not gonna mess it up, right? Cove didn't have to say anything to answer. He shared a coy smile, and that was enough.
Oh, man.
Oh, Cove, that is really bad. The grin on Derek's face trembled, both from laughter threatening to spill out and the fear of getting in trouble. Hold on. Are we gonna, put, I've always seen people do, the hand thing on the concrete. Are we gonna do that? Oh, it's perfect. Thanks, Funny. That's what I thought. Cole fearlessly stuck his finger into the muddy gray concrete. He slowly etched out a series of numbers. When he was done, the corner of the block had 2011 scribbled into it for all to see. Hold on. So this is 2011. Oh wow. They're a bit younger than me. He surveyed his work with pride while wiping his sturdy finger on the side of his pant leg. I think I'll draw a smiley face. I think it's so that the last step is 2021. Oh, really? That was when the game came out, right? It really pulled the whole thing together.
It's nice.
Derek stared hard at the soft, forbidden canvas and slowly crouched down. He paused, bit his lip, then ultimately pressed one finger into the tacky surface to leave a small print. I think so, I'm just guessing all. He left a sign of his presence there on that day, right along with Cove and you. Relief came to Derek's features once he'd finished. Hopefully it dries before anybody finds out. Yeah. The single word was only a whisper, but it was warm and pure. You lip bite. Oi. Oi. Thanks for taking us, Cove. You're welcome. I'm never gonna be able to see someone lip bite in peace. Cove dusted his pants off as he stood after a job well done. Derek shot up as well, nearly invigorated. He looked to the sky and squinted at the sun. The day was coming to an end, but no one could say your group had wasted it. It was true for the entire summer. No matter what happened when school started again, and when an unknown future arrived, you'd still have all the memories you made together when you had the chance and the things you left behind. No, you will not. I'm eternally scarred. Alright, that was the end for that DLC. Alright, we just got 2 more. We got Siblings and Boardwalk. Going to the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I bet you that's where they're gonna go. Because they pretty much confirmed this is set in California. You stretched your arms high as you stepped into the spot on your wooden floor where the last rays of sunshine landed. The remaining warmth of the day was still enough to tickle your skin. Yo, where's Baxter at? What golf course does he hang out in California? You felt pleasantly full from dinner, and the only thing that was left on your plate was waiting for a knock. Derek closed your door as he came in behind you. You got him to spend the afternoon together, and you know his mom would arrive to pick him up any minute. Thanks for having me over, Bunny. You don't have to thank me for that. And why am I not surprised you tried to take dishwashing duty away from Elizabeth? Derek pressed his palms together, flipping each hand over and under in a loop. It could almost be viewed as a mock washing gesture, but he was probably being awkward. I just thought it'd be fair. I didn't help with the cooking. You're welcome to do my dishes, Derek. You're so sweet. I think I'll say that. Aw, thanks. The whole you could do my dishes thing is definitely an invasive thought that I would have in my head, but something I would never say. Oh, Derek. Mr. Manners. Oh wait, hold on. I just remembered something. It's probably a good thing I realized it before anyone did it. I forgot to bring up Tits. Give me one moment. Come on, Tits. Come on. Start up. Start up, Tits. You can do it. Bum 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 ba ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da 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 da. Okay, let's adjust this a bit. Oh, whoops. It was this, right? Oh well, hold on. Let me move myself down a bit. Okay, there we go. That's good. This model moves a lot more than my past model. So, oh wait. No. Get out of here. Okay, there we go. Okay. We're all good in the hood now. Thank God. Alright. But before you could settle in enough to even take a seat, a pounding set of thuds cracked the laid-back mood. Derek scrunched his limbs totally inward from the shock. Oh, this is siblings, so it must be frustration at having siblings? He'd been keeping an ear out for that exact sound, but it was completely unnecessary. Tourists halfway across town wouldn't miss that blare. The rocket was followed by the door Derek had so carefully closed moments ago, roughly swinging open. Elizabeth. Am I gonna get in a fist fight with Elizabeth? I've been waiting for that. Obviously, the person on the other side wasn't Mrs. Suarez. It was your older sister. With a huff and an eye roll, she delivered a brief message as fast as she could spit it out.
Come on.
Derek's mom is here, and our mom made me come get you about it. Got the message, go do the dishes. What a great messenger, gal. Just say, okay, we're coming. She gave you another roll of her eyes, but didn't waste a single extra word on you. I didn't even say anything mean. Why are you rolling your eyes at me? In one motion, she curled her fingers over the edge of the door, twisted around, and yanked the door shut. The books and boxes on your desk shelves shook. Derek's teeth chattered too. He whispered through the grimace.
Man.
She's so rude. Yeah. She gets extra grouchy sometimes. Right now, for example. Oh, is it her time of the month? I didn't say anything mean. Why are you rolling your eyes? Your first reaction was to say, are we going to get in a fist fight? You're not one to talk. Hey, that was an invasive thought. I didn't say that to her. Derek's shoulders slowly eased down into their resting position, but his expression was pinched. He began to whisper while glancing the way your sister went. His voice was hushed, secretive, almost afraid. Elizabeth might slap the door open again and find out he was talking about her. Do you think it's about the dishes? Or... I don't know. You can only give a half-hearted answer. You struggle to understand why Elizabeth acted out the way she did a lot of the time. But your mom is waiting. We gotta go so you can get home. Right, Bunny? Derek's mouth opened and closed without saying anything else. He lifted a hand to try gesturing, but dropped that without it going anywhere. It made you raise your eyebrows. Yeah? His bright green eyes squinted hard into narrow slits, but you could still see the way they darted around. His gaze was trained on the ground, scanning across the floorboards, though everything that really mattered was probably inside his actual head.
Well?
I was wondering. He paused again. Derek's hands balled into tight fists. He let out a breath and finally asked a question. Are you busy tomorrow? Is this an invitation to hang out as friends, or is this a date invitation? He blinked. That was all? No. The simple answer still made Derek flinch. It might not be all.
Really?
Yeah, really. That's what I said. Then he spread his fingers and arms out in not quite a shrug. Would you want to come over to my house for the day? Okay, is this a date or is this a friend thing? I think it's a friend thing. Then I'm okay with it. The tone of voice and pose he took was casual in a scripted way. He definitely wanted you to feel like it was totally optional and no problem if you turned him down. You couldn't tell if that was the end or just another point in a process, but you're going along for the ride. I can probably do that. I'd have to ask my mom's. Very sus to be in a friend way. I'm assuming I gotta watch his, siblings or something? Derek leaned in closer, slowly opening his eyes wider. Some kind of suspense was growing.
Alright.
Alright. He dipped his head in tiny, respective nods. The look on his face went distant again, the way it did when he was thinking deeply. Also, I just realized that my webcam was, tilted. Because, I had, a thing last night where I had to actually turn on my webcam. And I tilted it so that they couldn't see my room. Okay. That looks good. Okay. Alright. Oh wait, what? Oh, my thing just moved. Hold on. Now you're not good. Let's move that up. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. Now you're not good. Dang, what did I do? Let me just, take out my list here. Thundercross split attack. He dipped his head in tiny, repetitive nods. The look on his face went distant again, the way it did when he was thinking deeply. Then, finally, he flung his hands up to complete the shrug, and spoke the question he'd been stalling on. Would you want to come over tonight instead and sleep over? We could, camp out in my living room. It'd be fun, our own little party. Something is wrong. Did he just thunder split attack you, Twi? I wish I could. Derek be blushing. Yeah, what's going on? Something about this is a little sus. My confusion was compounded. I know that's pretty out of nowhere. If you can't make it, or I don't wanna, or anything, I'm totally cool with it. Let's see. I do want to ask why. Derek gulped. Even after giving him another second, he couldn't provide you any explanation. At least I'm not down bad like Elio in this clip. Oi. I mean, pulls up the Atelier Sophie 2 VODs. Derek gulped, even after giving Well, we should go downstairs now. Yeah, definitely. My mom is waiting for us. The two of you left your bedroom and bounded down the stairs, one after the other. Wait, you didn't tell me why. Don't even know what clip this is. Which one is it? I don't want to get Thundercross split attacked. I'm not gonna. Mr. Nalia's used tissues. Oi. Your warm greeting came as you hit the landing point on the first floor.
Hello.
Hello, Derek and Bunny. Your two moms and Derek's one mom were gathered in the entryway of the living room. Derek reached a hand out towards her and waved it. What? 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 What'd I say? You think I, and Twy, would Thundercross split attack you? Yes. Yes, actually. I think there are even clips that show you doing it. I even have that whole VOD called Thundercross Palace Split Attack. Well, you would be correct. Less even. Gaslight you. Hey, Mom. Includes the clip I just uploaded. Yep. Did you guys see the thumbnail for that VOD, by the way? The Thundercross Palace Split Attack? I was actually kind of proud of that. I was initially gonna use like the anime screenshot, but it was too I didn't feel like I didn't feel like going to the effort of making it transparent. So I went with a manga instead, since manga editing is a bit easier. That thumbnail is amazing. Thank you. I worked hard on it. I was so glad I found like a photo of like official art of Plocta falling down on the ground, and I was like, oh, this is perfect, because she fell for it. After smiling at him and at you, Derek's mom turned her head over her shoulder to speak to your parents. Thank you again for taking care of him. Mom? Derek uncharacteristically broke polite decorum by interrupting his mom. It got her attention and she let him speak. I had something I wanted to ask. You and Mrs. and Mrs. Lappy. Mrs. and Mrs. Lappy. I like that. Oh? What is it, sweetie? The thumbnail's great. Thank you. He had the attention and encouragement of all three mothers. On this stage, Derek didn't beat around the bush the way he did before.
Please?
I was wondering if Bunny could come with us and spend the night at my house. Please? You know your mom's well enough to foresee potential concerned reactions, and so Derek sped through his extra terms to make sure they heard that part before answering. We'd set up in the living room instead of my room, and my parents and brothers would still be around. People would keep an eye on us. My parents thinking that Derek's gonna murder me. As expected, Mom and Ma weren't instantly thrilled. They were shocked by the possibility. Bro, I am like 13. I can have sleepover parties if I want to have sleepover parties. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Derek apologizing to them. And while he was successful in avoiding the first obvious pitfall, your mom still had a completely different apprehension to fret about.
I don't know.
That's pretty last minute. You're about to walk out the door. We couldn't have Bunny impose. Derek's mom stayed strangely silent after he popped the question. She fixed a stare at her son, crossed her arms against her chest, and shook her head at him. But the shake didn't mean no. It had another meaning that maybe only a Suarez could get. Still, she smiled.
Yes.
I can find a place for Bunny tonight. If there's no family conflict with that, and he would like to come over, of course. Sleepover party, huh? Try being hit by Ramazel. Grandmommy, sorry. Both of your moms turned their faces right towards one another on instinct. They were astounded that Derek's mom didn't mind. Huh. Mom scratched her head over it. Derek had made a huge request with no advance warning, and Mrs. Suarez had 3 children to care for already. Seemed unreasonable for her. Something must be going on with her other children right now, or something. That would be, Mommy, thank you, Mommy, thank you, Mommy, thank you. For your ma, however, a light began to sparkle in her eyes, and when she noticed you looking, she held your gaze. Bunny, do you want to go? Yeah, so much. Mom wrapped both her arms around one of her wives.
In that case?
I see. I think that would be alright, just this time. I'll thank you for the hydrate, Overtaker. I think you should hydrate, Twy, though. I think this should be for you, not for me. I'm safe from needing to be hydrated until Baxter shows up. You're being thirsty. It was for Twy, actually. Yeah, you're acting very thirsty right now. I was literally spurned on by Overtaker. Are you gaslighting Overtaker now? Who brought up Ramaza? Okay, that's true. Overtaker, you caused him to get thirsty, so it's a good thing that you took responsibility and made him drink water. Debated. Really? Your mom sputtered. She clearly hadn't gotten to that page of the script. Mom got an encouraging pat on the top of her hand for her troubles. She remained absolutely perplexed, mouth open, eyes wide. Mom could only process enough to realize that she'd become the odd mom out. Yo, I love that YouTube channel. She probably didn't know exactly why she was doing it, but Mom turned to look at you. I was just innocently making a pun, then Overtaker is like Ramazel, and then you got very thirsty afterwards. Pack it up, Bunny. You wouldn't want to keep them waiting. You snapped your gaze to Derek. He'd done the same. 2 of you shared a matching look of astoundment. It was almost identical to the gesture your moms had made when Mrs. Suarez first accepted Derek's proposition.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Lappy and Lappy. Mrs. Lappy and Lappy. Like stealing candy to a child. I was wondering, like, how you would refer to, like, both parents. Like, Mrs. and Mrs. I think that's cute. Thanks, Moms! The deal was finalized with a crisp clap from Mrs. Suarez. Pamela is right. You should get what you'll need for the night. You're coming along for the ride. I'll help! Neither of you gave them time to change their minds. You ran back to your room and began to pack in a whirlwind. If this game was based, you would have gotten a dialogue choice of them being concerned with you two being in the same room alone. You could just go, with Derek, LMAO, just crush him! I so would choose that option too. I'm sorry, Derek. I'm not into you romantically. As you shoved close into your backpack, Derek hovered in the center of the room. He fidgeted with his energy that was going unused. Can you get me a spare toothbrush? There's extra for traveling in the hall closest.
I'm on it.
Gotcha. It was gone in a flash. Yeah, I feel like I would get the basics and stuff that I want. So I'm gonna go with that one. Yeah, portable gaming console. You made a note in your head to ask your moms to tell Cove where you'd be, since there wasn't time to explain it in person. Hopefully Derek is not expecting more. He's not a bad dude, but it's a nice friend. I mean, they're 13. I don't think they're quite at that stage yet. Dwarf, if the game was based, Derek would be the one saying with Bunny, LOL, oi! Derek, baby, sorry. I'm astral projecting in the future, and actually there's a nameless twink I'm gonna meet at a dance. Derek returned in a sprint, a toothbrush held over his head in triumph. Oh, did I read that? Okay, yeah. You remembered a conversation you had with him that morning. He had plans the next day and wouldn't be around for a lot of it anyway. Derek's invite had come at a convenient time. With a grin, you threw it into the overnight bag. That was enough to get you by for a short trip. You zipped it up, hooked it around your shoulder, and went out the door. You checked out the final requirements to leave. Derek does brush his teeth. That's a solid pro. Are you implying Cove doesn't brush his teeth? For the second time in a matter of minutes, you rushed down your stairs in a flurry of steps with Derek close enough that you almost stumbled into him. At the bottom, you came to stand in front of the mom group. With sand, maybe. We're ready.
Good night.
Perfect. Good luck, kiddos. Have a great time. Gently, rhythmically, Ma ran her hand over your hair. We don't know if Baxter has any problematic character traits about him. Oh my god! Thank you for the raid, Emery Swan! Thank you! Hello, everyone! Welcome! Raid! What were you playing? Welcome! We're playing Our Life, which is a comfy visual novel where you go through various stages of your life. And we're currently playing Derek's Step 2 DLC, so welcome! Wait, what was that raid sound like? Oh, me going, awawa, awawa, awawa! That was a very nice raid sound, thank you. I worked hard on it. I don't know if Baxter has any traits I like, is what you said. No, I meant if Baxter has any problematic traits. Are you implying that I would only like him if he had problematic traits? Because I already like him. Yes, welcome. I hope you guys enjoy your stay here. That's the same thing. Oi. It is not. It is not. All her precious hopes for your safety and happiness ebbed from her fingertips into you. I'm not gonna say it wouldn't do him any favors. I'm not calling you a truther. Why you guys gotta be like this to me right when I get raided? What the hell?
Take care.
Good night, Bunny. Take care. Elio, I like pathetic men, Lappy. You guys really didn't have to blast me like this. And criminals. You say that like we're not always like this. Yeah, but could you maybe take it easy when I get a raid? Make people like me first before you reveal that I like sniffing problematic men's tissues? You say that? God. Alright, see you! Mrs. Suarez and Derek gave their own goodbyes, and afterwards they returned to the minivan that had brought them here. Chat keeping it real, lol. Oi, Elio, that was all on you. Elio. What? Look, I wasn't implying that liking evil men was an issue. What were you implying then? And then, almost unbelievably, you slid into the vehicle with them to go on the impromptu sleepover. Just implying that you have a type. No one brought up tissues. You did earlier! The chill of the squeaky leather against your hands and the persistent smell of animal cracker crumbs kept you grounded in reality. Monkeys and rabbits loop the loop. Animal crackers in my soup. That was way before the raid. Derek bounced against the seat back like a kid on a roller coaster and clicked his belt into place for the ride back to his condo. You strapped in too. Thank you for the head pats. It's gonna make me sound bad, but my favorite thing to watch is like a guy completely psychoanalyzing his friends and just nailing them. It's so funny every time seeing it happen. Oh god, like he calls them out on like the things that they like or something. Why are you doing the yabai counter? You never could have imagined the evening taking you down this literal and metaphorical road, but you were eager to find out what happened next. Now he just makes a prediction, based solely on how well he knows them, and he's right. Oh really? The sun continued to sink as Derek's mom drove down the highway. When you arrived at your destination, so had night. The condo complex was nicely lit and well maintained. The three of you easily made your way up to Derek's house and went right in. Like a guy made a video of I did a Nuzlocke Pokemon run, but all my Pokemon are custom made by YouTubers. And like 20 times he goes, oh, he's gonna give me this, and he was 100% right. What? Oh my god. Wait, is my thing using the wrong... Nani? Hold on. Why isn't this working now? Hello? Hello? Why isn't my model working now? Give me a second. Guess I gotta use reliable. Give me 1 second. Why isn't my thing working? Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh god. But since I'm using this one now, the mouth tracking is bad. Your head patted to the point of freezing. Mimir, it's very fun to call out Elio when he stops himself from making remarks. Oi. To better example that Sophie stream when I saw you were dodging FF7 because you forgot to grind, that was funny. Come on. Oi. Oh my god. This thing is so laggy. Try and fix this. 30 FPS. Let's go with that. Let's reduce the lag. Hello? Okay. Hello? Oh my god. My face is all squished on the monitor. It's kind of really funny, actually. Like, there's a face monitor that you can check to see how it is capturing you. Reduce the lagomorph. Unbunnies your bunny. Okay, let's see. Okay. I think my bottle's back to normal now. The unbunny your bunny trick worked. So maybe it'll be less performance intensive if we remove the ear physics. Maybe. Slipping her set of jangling keys onto a nearby wall hook, Mrs. Suarez called out into the hall from the empty living room. We're home! You braced your ears for the second sibling-caused commotion of the evening that you knew would come. Maybe it'll be less laggy if you take your jacket off. How does my jacket make things laggy?
Didic's back!
I'll try that pickup line one day. Hey, yo, hey girl, you wanna take off your jacket? It'll, make your life less laggy. Nicholas tore out of his bedroom and thundered across the floor until he had his arms gripped around his big brother's legs. Do not use it as a pickup line. It will increase your performance. Even with all the force 6-year-olds Nicholas could muster, it was hardly a bump against Derek. He absorbed the impact calmly, giving his little sibling a pat on the head for his troubles. God, his face. Nicholas. I do not like Nicholas. Nicholas is a gremlin. Yeah, we're back. The two remaining boys of his family came from the same room at a snail's pace in comparison to the firsts. But soon enough, Mr. Suarez and George were with you too. He's just a child.
Welcome
exactly. Welcome home. Crazy bozo having a lovely time minding their business, deceiving foul thing. George rubbed a growing sleepiness from one eye. He took in the scene with undisguised confusion.
Why?
Why is Bunny here? Why not? What do you mean? I live here. No, you don't. Mom, I live here now. For one night. She muttered matter-of-factly. Bunny is staying over with us tonight. George clamped his mouth shut. He might have had something to say about the spur-of-the-moment plans, but was obedient enough to not argue with his mother. That's not living there. It is for one night. George clamped his mouth shut. He might have had something to say about the spur-of-the-moment plans, but was obedient enough to not argue with his mother. If you are living somewhere, like you are actively alive while you are in this building, you are technically living in that building. When I go to work, I will live at work. Unless I am dead. But then that's a murder. Mr. Suarez, however, had a childlike glee in his expression. Keep this up and you won't be living anywhere else.
Oh.
Oh, very good. Derek cut into his dad's excitement with a reply a little too soon. He had completely normal words to say, but it'd been put on fast forward. So I'm gonna go check on. Oh my god, my stomach. I'm gonna go check on. The laundry. Should be done. Should be done drying by now. Be right back. I was wrong. Give it like another 10 minutes or so. Said 40 minutes, like 30 minutes ago, I think. And then 15 minutes, 40 minutes ago. Okay, I was wrong. I mistimed it. Yeah, you're right. There's 10 more minutes left. I thought it was 50 minutes. Let me see. I already read that. Yeah, it's great. Thanks, Dad.
Anyway.
We're gonna camp out in the living room. Can we borrow the tent? Try keeping track of time better than I am. Derek's hands were balled into fists and held up near his collarbone overzealously, kind of protectively. His father looked down at him with a familiar, serene expression. You knew exactly what you'd seen it before when Mr. Suarez placed his hand on the top of Derek's head. Super unrelated, but tomorrow airs Oshinoko. Oh wait, it airs tomorrow? I thought it was on Saturday. Oh shit. He took care of Derek the same way Derek cared for Nicholas. Guess I forgot to take off my glasses. I know tracking on eyes is worse when you wear glasses. I need to get contacts. Purely for streaming. Yeah, IDK about the sub. I will keep my eyes out to see if the sub gets uploaded then. I'm imagining since it's longer than a normal episode, it would probably take longer to sub it. Wait, what? Twy is confused. I also thought it was Saturday, yeah. You have contacts for streaming. You're streamer friends. By the way, we are still trying to do, the PPP tournament, but like the last week or so, like scheduling has been a bit difficult. Hopefully we will have it next week, but we'll see how the people that haven't responded to my messages yet are doing next week. April 12th, isn't it gonna be Crunchyroll though? If so, it wouldn't take too long. Oh. Must be hell to congregate that much people. Yeah, it can be kind of tough. Because everyone has their own jobs or they have their own things doing. So it can be kind of hard to organize. Of course. And usually I could be like, oh well, this person won't make it, we'll be fine. Like, but since this is the finals, I want to make sure that everyone can be there for it. At least everyone that's going to be participating in the finals. And the gesture worked the exact same charm on Derek. His shoulders relaxed, his expression softened shyly. The pounding nerves that had been building faded. Oh yeah, speaking of, next week I might be doing something on Harpy's channel. It's been a while since you guys have seen Harpy, but we talked in DMs about doing a playthrough of Hello Charlotte 3 and like analyzing it, which we might do next week because Harpy has this week and next week off. Wait, isn't it just a few people? It's still 8 people. That's still a lot to plan around. Camping? Like, for example, last week, pretty much everyone was good with this one day, except one person couldn't make it that day. So we couldn't do it that day. Like, the moment one person can't make it, it's like, okay, well, we can't do it that day then. Yeah, losers bracket, yeah. There's losers bracket and winners bracket. Yeah, it might be a little easier if it was just winners bracket, but it is not. And even then, one of the people that has been having kind of scheduling conflicts is part of the winners bracket. So even if I did make it winners bracket, I would still probably have some troubles. That's right, Nico! Derek reached down and carefully placed his hands on Nicholas's shoulders to nudge him off. Nicholas went willingly, giddily repeating the same word, this time in amazed confirmation, rather than as a question. Camping! With a thumbs up, Derek stood tall. The plane was in motion. Bunny, you can put your bag down and sit if you want to. I'll go grab some other stuff. Yeah, that would be because people are busy, not because there are too many people. Yeah, it always goes down to people are too busy. When moving past you, Derek took a second to lean in and whisper a light-hearted reassurance.
It's okay.
The little bros will go to bed before we do, and Mama's gonna be watching them tomorrow. You're not here to babysit the whole time again. Okay, cool. Thank God. The whole group broke off into 3 sets. Derek ran to his room with Nicholas right on his heels, while Mr. and Mrs. Suarez left the space to the kids, returning to their own bedroom. You and George stayed where you were. George shuffled over to the kitchen counter to sit on a bar stool. He wasn't helping, but he wasn't getting in the way. George was more sensitive than he let on, and you made sure to smile reassuringly over at him, so he knew he was wanted there. His lips quirked up just a little in response. Oshinoko's Discord says they will be having a watch-along of the anime at 8 a.m. PDT on the 12th? Subbed? Then you took your own seat on the couch and got to unpacking. 12th of April. Okay, we will have to, let's see. That's tomorrow. We'll have to do a watch-along tomorrow then. At least if I can find it on GoGo Anime, because I don't have a Crunchyroll subscription. And then you took your own seat on the couch and got to unpacking. The first thing you pulled out of your bag was your portable gaming console. You placed that on the coffee table for safekeeping. You kept busy sorting through it all until Derek returned with the goods. You'll probably be on GoGo Anime relatively soon after. Yeah, if the subs come out in the morning, then the subs on GoGo Anime should be out by the evening, which will be when we'll watch it. Because if it's 8 a.m., it should be there by the evening, yeah. 2 pillows were under each of his arms. He had a few brightly patterned blankets draped over his shoulders. And the rope loop of a big nylon pack was hooked around one of his. Stop repeating what I'm saying! I'm sorry! So-called free thinkers, I'm sorry. I guess we're part of the same bimbo land country. Nicholas supported the effort by carrying one long pillow. He clutched it tight to his chest as best as he could, considering the pillow was about as long as his whole torso. Derek piled up the supplies on the opposite side of the couch from where you were. Nicholas opened his arms wide to let his pillow drop to the floor in a soft puff. Did Elio just call me a bimbo? You're the prime bimbo. Why? It made Derek chuckle proudly.
Okay.
The prime bimbo of Free Thinker Land. I'm gonna put together the tent. Nicholas? George? Do you want to help?
I'll help.
God.
Put together the tent.
That smirk. Nicholas bounced around Derek in absolute eagerness. In the distance, George pushed away from the counter.
Yeah.
His expression was flat and wide-eyed, but there was a hopeful rise in his voice as he got up from the bar stool. I'm here too, remember? I'm helping. Let's do it. The declaration made you, Derek, Nicholas, and George get to work making heads and tails of the tent. Derek yanked open the cinched-in top of the pack while he walked to the furthest spot in the living room. Everyone followed his lead. He pushed the semicircle basket chair up against the edge of the counter wall so the tent could go there instead. Derek dumped the contents of the bag onto the cream rug. He leaned over on one foot while kicking the other in the air to reach over and grab the instructions that fell out with the rest of his materials. Starry Bimboy, oi! He scanned over the stubs briefly, but it was only a refresher. Derek was able to get right into the process. Nicholas was assigned pole control. Why would you word it like that? He kept watch on the pile, not letting any roll away, and would pass the tent legs over when they were needed. Okay, I'm gonna go check on my laundry now. I'll be right back. All good for the next hour. Derek DLC. Oh, hi there, Cozy! Hello. Okay, I'm back. Okay, we are good for another 60 minutes. This is Elliot's first playthrough, so he's doing both routes at the same time. Yeah, hello! How's it going? God, I hate this wording, assigned pole control. He kept watch on the pile, not letting any roll away, and would pass the tent legs over when they were needed. And you're going on pole patrol. Pole control. Of course I get up for a half hour to do shit, and I miss them. Oh, they came over? The computer people came over? I love iLife. Oh, nice! I really enjoyed this game too. I'm looking forward to getting to step 3. Stretching the fabric out took the rest of you. You, George, and Derek each grabbed a side and tugged. The delivery truck. Did they leave your computer out there, or were they like, we'll come by another day? Derek had to squeeze himself against the tall potted plant in the corner. He snickered at the way the leaves curled around his face. Nope, signature required. Ah, damn, I'm so sorry, dwarf. Changing delivery settings restricted by senders. Can't even drive out and go get it. Ah, man. Yeah. Guess we gotta stake out the place tomorrow then. Despite that, you got the tent laid out across the ground. The first time Nicholas got to pass a pole, it slapped against the wall in the tiny space you were working in. Have to wait until tomorrow, man. God, that sucks. I'm so sorry, dwarf. I know you were looking forward to getting it today, too. George covered his ears and ducked. Derek snatched the end out of the air before it could do more damage. The little boy promised to be more careful. He gotta keep his job and took it serious. God, Nicholas's face always looks so, like, I don't know, he just looks like such a gremlin. Piece by piece, the project slowly took shape until it was finally complete. The small light gray tent sat in its full form nestled into the nook of the living room.
Good job, team.
Alright, good job everybody! And Nicholas had a bit too many Kit Kats this morning. This is the face of someone on a sugar high. As if he'd yelled into a cave, an echo of his words followed after. Good job! Nicholas threw his hands in the air with joy. George simply smiled, satisfied. Impressed we didn't break it. Yeah, applause! Punch, 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 punchy! Derek stuck his fists to his hips and gave the team an encouraging grin. Now I can actually do the indoor camping part of this living room campout. Oh yeah, sweet music change. Derek strolled up to the cabinet in the corner. He pulled open the translucent doors to fiddle around with something inside. A poppy tune blared out. He turned on a CD player. Nicholas leapt onto the couch and swung his arms in the air to dance. George swayed his shoulders to bubblegum notes. Oh my god, you guys listening to KK Bubblegum? Their big brother wasn't done yet. He made a beeline for the kitchen cupboard next. This time, the mood setter Derek retrieved was a pillow-sized bag of puffy marshmallows. Catch! That was the only warning before he sent the marshmallows sailing across the room in a perfect arc. George managed to snatch it from the air without a problem. We gonna make s'mores? The top of the bag was twisted around and sealed with a blue clip. The open side was stretched from the process of twisting and untwisting repeatedly. It'd been well appreciated so far. I haven't had s'mores in forever, man. Have you guys ever had the Pop-Tart s'mores? That's the best Pop-Tart. George undid the clip and set it aside on the coffee table. His tongue pressed against the corner of his lips as he dug his hand deep into the bag for just the right one. Nicholas tilted over from the cushion and into the bag to fill his tiny fist with 2 marshmallows. He crushed them between his fingers, the fluffy confection squeezing through the cracks. Nicholas, it really was a party. Derek put his hands on a cupboard handle and shouted to you over the music. Is there another snack you want for our super real pretend camping trip? We got granola, some nuts, fruit that's dried or not, protein bars. I want these nuts! Hey, you got the Mr. Beast chocolate? The snack I want? Kyra. He snatched a finger into the side of his hairline, searching his brain for more traditional fireside eats. Derek was committed to the theme. I mean, we can just have, like, regular snacks. I don't mind having, like, chips. Probably granola or fresh fruit. Granola or fresh fruit? I go with fresh fruit. I'll get it. He leaned back inside the cupboard to take another snack for you. Derek lifted it over his head for you to examine with his face still on the shelves. Thank you. The cupboard door swung closed and nothing was there to obstruct your view of the bright grin on his face anymore. He finally joined the rest at base camp, which was the couch at the moment. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay, it's nothing. Derek politely passed the fresh fruit to you. George, get me one of those too! Without even one warning, George simply flicked a marshmallow at his brother, and same as before, Derek grabbed it in midair. He bit one piece out of the top edge, chewing thoughtfully. Okay. Kyra isn't a regular snack. She's an advanced snack. There's no TV while camping, so having a sleepover movie wouldn't make sense. Every time I make a joke and Elio's like, hold on, give me a bit, I think, he's gonna ban me now. No, it was just, I heard something IRL, so I was checking to make sure no one was calling me. You check your dryer, by the way. Yes, I put my clothes in the dryer. Okay, I took out the clothes that were in the dryer and put my clothes in the dryer. So now I got another 15 minutes or so before it's done. With a swallow of a marshmallow and a snap of his fingers, Derek emphatically declared a grand idea. We'll play an ad-lib game. I'll make up a story and the three of you can fill in some blanks to make it complete. Ooh, I like ad-lib games. Another 15 minutes, Sir Elio? Oh wait, or so. 50 minutes. 50 minutes. I just put it in the dryer, so it'll take 50 minutes to finish. The big 5-0. George rolled a shoulder passively. He had finished his first treat and was poking around for another perfect selection. Okay. God, that smirk! Nicholas smiled a big white smile, but it wasn't just pearly teeth. His entire mouth was full of marshmallow mush. You took the reaction as a yes. The little ones were on board. Children. Oh, I'm dumb, but I guess my joke went by unnoticed. No, I said Kyra isn't a regular snack. She's advanced snack. Yeah, this is gonna be good. You missed my joke. Alright, let me think. We need a noun, a thing you can drive or ride on, a shape, a color, a food, and a drink. Oh, or Elio. Give me a bit. Ban N-N-Twy. I literally typed it out. I typed it out, but I didn't do it. How dare. A truck! A truck! Of course Nicholas would want to choose a truck. Look at what he's got on his shirt. Yeah, he does seem like the kid that would be obsessed with Hot Wheels. Nicholas's eyes were wide. He was practically vibrating from the sugar high mixed with the chance to add a truck to the story. Derek rubbed his back placatingly. Yeah, Nicholas is on a sugar high, confirmed. That's the ride. George? The middle child plucked at the frayed plastic edge of the marshmallow bag. It might have taken him longer to come up with something than the youngest, but he did contribute an idea. I'm obsessed with hot mommy Kyra. Go hydrate. Blue. Cool, we got a color. Bunny? I stand by my words. Okay, so the food, the shape. I'll go with the food. Type in a food. Oh, I can type? I don't have to choose? Oh, this gives me too much power. Hold on. No, that gives me too much power. That gives me too much power. No, your tissues, no! Gotcha! That's not food. Oh, hi there, Ami! Ooh, what is this? This is Our Life, which is like a VN where you go through various stages of your life growing up. Right now we're at the teenage stage. We're getting really close to moving on to the late teen stage soon though. Welcome. Gotcha. He shifted his focus back to the boys. Derek's expression and the entire way he carried himself was different when speaking to them. It reminded you of a teacher interacting with his students. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's a pretty fun and relaxing game. And there's a lot of customization you can do with like your choices. George? Nicholas? Give me some more words. Orange! Nicholas, I picked the color. I mean, that could be the food. His words were both a low mumble and a higher-pitched whine that was paired with a crinkling noise coming from the marshmallow bag George had started twisting in his hands. Derek swooped in to defuse the situation. He put his arms between the two brothers, physically keeping things separated.
This is gonna be great.
Don't worry, that's not the color. It's the food. See, I knew it. George huffed. Nicholas grinned single-mindedly at his big brother, oblivious to the trouble he almost caused. Listen, he's a kid. He doesn't know that what he's saying would get people a little angry. That's another thing done. We need something else now.
Oh.
Hexagon.
Nice.
Oh, good one. That's a shape. Derek continued to warmly watch over his little siblings, but the words he spoke were for you. Bunny, you're giving us the last one. A noun. Yeah, the noun should be... Oh god. What's a noun? A noun is like... Okay, a verb is an action. Hold on. I need to think about this. What noun should we go with? Oh no. Noun. What's some noun examples? An identifier? Okay, so it's just... It could be anything, really. It could be a person. It could be a house. It could be anything. An insert word. Okay, well, if I can choose whatever... His expression somehow softened even more. Unexpected cake! Bob chat! Man, you guys are getting bopped a lot today. Give me one moment. Oh wait, my bat showed up. Okay, give me 1 second. Alright, chat! It's time to get bonked! Bunka 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 bonk. A bunka bunka bunk. Achoo, achoo. A bum 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 bum. A bum, a bum. Bum 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 bum. Get bunked. Bonk you over the head. Hitchy, hitchy, hitchy. Alright, let me get rid of that. No, yes! Got a big old bump over your head, Overtaker. How's it feel? The expression somehow softened even more. Awesome! Derek pulled his chest back and folded his arms. He smirked, brows angled, and eyes squinted.
Alright.
I can now tell you the story of Baby Castle. For a second, I thought he was about to say Baby Girl, and I was like, wait, this isn't Final Fantasy VII? Nicholas stamped his feet rapidly into the couch. He was absolutely squelching from the premise alone.
What?
Baby Castle? Yes, that's right. And a big... Oh no. Oh no, I put Dahlia in this. I put Dahlia and Tilk into the story. Uh-oh. Yes, that's right. In a big open field, there was the stone fortress that was Baby Castle. Everyone who lived there was a little baby, but they didn't need any adults. Their greatest treasure... was a giant golden Nalia at the center of the courtyard. They were always vigilant to protect it from the greedy hands of grown-ups. I wish I had a giant golden Nalia. Golden Nalia, damn. Is it piss? Is he golden from the piss? George snorted. His mouth and cheeks began to pull upwards. Then one day, someone came to the gates of the castle on their truck. It was a man, not a baby or even a kid. He had a hexagon-shaped head and a fancy top hat. Thinking with the hydrate. He was knocking on the door, demanding to be let in. They were just babies and they needed supervision. It was a blue alert, and the guards were rushing to their stations. The first line of defense was their orange catapult. It was loaded up and then fired. Bullseye! The orange knocked the top hat off of his head, but the hexagon-faced man wasn't deterred. He used his giant grown-up legs to climb over the wall. There was panic in the castle. He had to be after their golden Nalia. Is this me? Am I the giant grown-up? Derek shifted his weight from foot to foot with precision. His hands had gone up in front of him with his palms facing forward. He looked like the goalie of a soccer game.
But
the babies weren't beaten yet. The squirt gun battalion lined up, and as soon as the adults stepped foot on the other side, he was filled to the milk! Don't make the obvious joke, don't make the obvious joke, don't make the obvious joke. What's the obvious joke, huh? He stumbled back and the gatekeepers opened up the door while he was blinded. He got pushed right out and back onto his truck. The guards gave one more shove and the man with his truck, without his hat, slid down the hill and far away. I highly doubt you're the giant. I could be a giant to babies. I may not be a giant to kids or even teens, but I could be a giant to babies. The castle was saved. The babies and their Nalia were still free. Hooray, the end. A matching pair of cheers filled the air. Nicholas and George were thrilled by the yarn Derek had spun for them. The whole thing's really juvenile. Yeah, impressive job at adapting my Nalia and Pilk suggestions into this story. He's a guy of many talents. The living room campsite blowout kept rolling from there. Derek turned the music up louder, making sure to skip any track that didn't fit the mood. George and Nicholas swung across the floor to dance. They threw marshmallows in the air and tried catching them with their mouths. And when that got old, they tried to see who could fit the most in a mouth at one time. Oh, that reminds me of a Hush Hush. The chunky bunny cutscene when you stuffed marshmallows in your mouth and tried to say chunky bunny. Derek grooved to the beat and tapped his toes around as he collected the treats they missed, picked up the pillows they knocked to the floor, and patted backs when their stuffed faces made them cough. But he wasn't only Mr. Responsible. Derek took his own shot at the marshmallow mouthful competition and blew his little brothers out of the water. Yeah, I want to tell an ad-lib story. It was a heart-wrenching tale of love, loss, revenge, and potted plants, thanks to George's suggestion. There wasn't a dry eye in the house when in the end your hero wilted and every leaf fell. As the night continued, Derek moved on from the party hotspot to chill out in the tent. It was on his side, popped up by his elbow. It took a few minutes for Nicholas to notice his brother's disappearance from his sightlines. He knew the moment had happened. He'd been bouncing from cushion to cushion on the couch, but came to a firm stop, sticking his feet deep in place. A helpless pout flickered on Nicholas's face before it almost instantly curved into a sly grin. Nicholas knew where he could find his favorite person. He leapt from the arm of the couch to land at the entrance of the tent. From there, he sprang forward like a shot straight into Derek, shoving him over onto his back with an oof. Oof. Where's the freaking Roblox sound effect when I need it? Good lord, cursed image. What cursed image? Derek didn't get up. He flopped his arms out and laid motionless. 3, 2, 1. Derek was down for the count. Nicholas was the winner. Didn't I compare these two? Let me see. Oh no! 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 Best and worst girl? No! I hate it. I hate it. Why'd you gotta remind me of that? No! Claiming his victory, Nicholas curled up on Derek's slatted chest. He tuckered himself out. Balled on the blanket. I think I'd be balled in on the blanket, like wrapped like I'm a taco or a burrito. George wandered over to sit down cross-legged. He had one shoulder in the tent and the rest of him was out. Derek's eyes drooped closed and he heaved a satisfied sigh.
Sheesh.
I'm too old to keep up with you bros. You can party way harder than me. He could still muster enough energy to move a hand over his brother's fluffy, marshmallow-speckled hair. The little boy snuggled his cheek into Derek's jersey even more. Still cross-legged, George took hold of his ankles and rocked himself gently back and forward. The childlike position conflicted how contemplative his next words were.
I wonder what things will be like when we really are older.
Well, you'll see it soon enough. The brother with the most days behind him smiled softly while his eyes remained shut. That's easy. 10 years from now, I'm gonna be a famous athlete. Nicholas will obviously be the cheer captain at all my games. Derek earned a squealing giggle from Nicholas, even kicked a leg out like a puppy who got a tummy scratch. I wonder if, okay, I always get these feelings when I see these siblings that are, very close when they're younger. They are either gonna be, the closest of bros, or Nicholas is gonna go through, a gremlin phase and be like, I don't like you, Derek. Athlete, Derek? Elite? Derek, same thing. Nani? George, you'll be my career manager. George stopped his movement, sitting a little taller. A smile pulled at the edges of his mouth.
Obviously.
Bunny will be there too. You were right the first time? Oh? That perked your own interest. I'll be Derek's trophy husband. Okay, I just want to joke around with him. He won't take this... Athlete? Oh, athlete. He won't take this as a romantic advance, will he? I just want to joke around. I just want to be a funny guy. Derek coughed unintentionally as soon as you said your contribution to the master plan, but he rolled with it. Right, it's the best trophy I ever won, top of the shelf. Yeah, I ain't bottom of the shelf now, baby. Then his voice drifted off quietly, and the four of us would all be neighbors. I thought that sounded wonderful. He wanted to live next to you. He wanted you to be a part of his future. Not bottom of the shelf, you're bottom of Derek. No, I'm top. I'm top. Derek, George, and Nicholas. You glanced at each of their faces and felt glad you got to be here. You went to different schools, lived in different towns, had different families, but sometimes you were able to share your worlds with each other. Maybe someday Derek's story would come true, maybe even closer. But that time wasn't now and all too soon. The Suarez parents reappeared to take their younger children off for bed in their own room. Despite nearly being asleep already, Nicholas grasped Derek's shirt when his dad reached in to pick him up. Derek kept his one hand on Nicholas's head and pressed the other against the floor, slowly shifting into a sitting position. Nicholas's vice-like grip made it easy to do without either of them falling over. When he was upright, Derek collected his little brother in his arms fully and shuffled out of the tent. This is pretty cool, huh, Nico? Usually I'm all the way in my room, but tomorrow, all you'll have to do is open the door, look down the hall, and I'll be there. Derek whispered soothingly on the path to the back bedroom, putting to bed not just the delicate bundle he carried, but also the likely resistance the boy would have put up. George trailed behind his other brothers. He didn't need the extra help, but Derek stood in place. He didn't move until the middle one could come up by his side. Altogether, the three Suarez sons went through the door. Okay, are you gonna tell me why you wanted to have the sleepover party so bad now, Derek? He waited in the living room quietly. Maybe a minute or two passed before Derek switched off with his parents. He came out empty-handed and they went in. He took wide, tiptoeing steps over to the campsite. His sleepiness from before was wiped away by a second wind of excitement. Derek made it back to the tent and put a hand to his mouth, watching the hall like a hawk for any sign of his family.
It's all good.
We gotta change into our pajamas, but we don't have to go to sleep for real. Why do you want to spend time with me so badly, friend? Elio, I'm bragging about his friend's Lappy. You got to your feet, his eagerness rubbing off on you. The both of you quietly bustled between the bathroom and living room, finishing all last-minute prep. Derek's parents lingered at the edge of the hallway until both of you and Derek were completely set. PJs on, teeth brushed, the works. Good night, Derek and Bunny.
Good night.
Sleep well. Enjoy the great outdoors of the living room. Night, Mom. Night, Dad. Night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Mr. Suarez hit the light. The condo blinked into darkness. There were footsteps, silence, and the click of a door opening and shutting. His parents had returned to their own bedroom, this time to turn in for the rest of the night. With the opening and intermission over, Part 2 of the Derek and Bunny at Home adventure out could begin. Derek went from sitting up perfectly straight, ready for some non-existent interview, to dropping forward on his stomach. He squirmed about using his elbows. The effort fluttered the tent and blankets, making a soft crinkling sound. When he had positioned himself facing you, Derek rested his head against the top of one fist. He grinned keenly. The rest of his family might have been right across the condo, but this is still the first chance to talk just between yourselves since the sleepover started. You've been waiting for it. He went from sitting perfectly straight to sitting perfectly gay. I had the same exact thought, honestly. You're alone with a dude? Sounds kinda gay to me. At night, too? Sleeping in the same bed? Wow, pretty gay. Hey, Bunny. His cheeks lifted high enough to push up the bottom of his eyes as he whispered with a childlike sense of secret cheering.
So,
I was wondering, if we were being totally, completely serious, what would you want to be doing in the future? Do you have, I don't know, a goal or a dream? Yeah, I do. I am not serious about being the trophy husband, I'm sorry. I'm being skilled, fall in love, help people. Actually feel like hopefully I'll be able to create things. Yeah, that's the one I want to choose. Hopefully I'll be able to create things. I bet it'd be amazing. Oh, we didn't see the top. Let's see. I hope I'll be famous. You got star power for sure. I'm not making a joke. I'm serious. Oh, wait. Huh? Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, hold on. Let me adjust that. I'll make this a little... Oh, it's just a little covered. Let me see. Let's see, how's that look? Okay, now we got like that black bar at the top. Yeah, I guess we'll keep it like this. I'll get a new overlay someday that won't be covering stuff like this. Let me see. I'd like to help people. You're so nice. I want to make a lot of money. I can get that. I want to be very skilled. Same. I really want to actually feel like I'm a responsible adult. Oh, that's a good one. And as an adult, I want to travel. Awesome. Okay. Cool, thanks for telling me. Derek contemplatively rolled over on his back. The arm that had held his chin up was now tucked under his head for support there instead. His eyes never broke away from yours, despite flipping upside down. He could move as freely as he wanted, and was taking full advantage of that. When his siblings were around, he had to work with 8 limbs and 2 heads thanks to Nicholas's literal attachment to him. And that got your train of thought fully on the track of siblings. You opened your mouth and said... I don't get to ask about why he invited me? Well, I actually am an only child, so I guess I'd say that, maybe. Yeah, siblings are complicated, actually. I'll go with that. Derek made a valiant attempt to nod along from his lopsided position. Agreed. How does it feel to be the oldest? Probably a lot of pressure to be the oldest. Busy, I guess. Derek could see the options he'd feel friend-zoned. Me not choosing fall in love because I didn't want him to get the idea of that after saying I would be his trophy husband. Derek chuckled. It's kind of like a part-time job. I gotta look out for them. My parents aren't always making me do that, but I feel like I've always gotta do it. That makes sense. Sorry. Don't be, it's all good. The air in the near-complete darkness had felt warm and comfortable, but the atmosphere began to change. It was too subtle to say exactly why, but enough for you to notice. Bunny? Derek reversed his position again, getting on his stomach. His arms were crossed over the floor in front of him, and he rested his cheek down against them. Derek's eyes were on the ground too.
Was it annoying?
Would it be weird to ask if you're having fun? Don't worry about it, bro. I know that feeling, dude. When I hang out with friends, I will be like, oh, are my friends actually enjoying this, or are they just like pretending to be, to not be like rude to me? I'm having fun. I kind of want to both ask, I'm having fun, are you having fun? But I'll go with I'm having fun. Yeah, that's great. He clicked his heels together in a rhythm, soft taps and rustling of the blanket. 1, then 2, and 3, 4 in quick succession, and it repeated again. Derek mumbled into his forearm. I was just really hoping this would be a nice time.
Forget it.
It's nothing. But Derek sprung up on his palms, bringing his head up to your level and beaming directly at you. Have you watched anything cool lately? George and I have been showing Nicholas a lot of great stuff he couldn't see before, because he was too little when they came out. He kicked the ball in a new direction and had too high of a defense for you to maneuver it back, but that was alright. You could talk to Derek about anything. You and Derek continued to bounce from topic to topic. You quickly spoke your thoughts out into the air while hidden away from the rest of the world in your camp. It went on through the night until, before you realized it, your eyes were opening to the morning sunlight. But there's no peace in Derek's household. Woo! It's morning! After giving his war cry, Nicholas barreled from his room and catapulted himself into the tent. Derek wrestled with Nicholas on the blankets in a tickle fight. It was a memorable way to begin the day. For breakfast, there was a cupboard full of different cereals and instant oatmeal packets to choose from, plus fruits, berries, and nuts to top it off with what you wanted. Each bowl was prepared to its owner's specifications, either by themselves or by Mrs. Suarez for those too little to reach everything. Like me, you got... I want chocolate cereal. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. Peanut butter, almond slices, raspberry, blueberry, strawberries. I'm gonna add peanut butter. And I don't want to have too much in my meal. I like almond slices and walnut chunks, and that's good. Derek chuckled, blowing on the steam of his freshly cooked oatmeal. I think it's for the literal toddler, not for you. Okay, not literal, but you get it. I mean, I am short, so. You want too much in your meal? Do you want a lot in your Marta? I don't want a lot in my Marta. I don't like Marta. Glad someone's using that. You checked and he was right. Every Suarez had chosen oatmeal that morning. Stirring her own hot bowl of oats, Mrs. Suarez joined the conversation.
Well.
Dad eats it, and they're happy that I'm eating the cereal. You want less, ta? Yes, ta. Derek's mom leaned over the edge of the marble counter so she could whisper to you. So does Nico, as a snack when Derek isn't home. Oh, he probably doesn't eat it because he's like, oh, Derek doesn't like it, so I can't eat it. Oh. Nicholas tried to grab the bags of walnuts and almonds away from you whenever you tried to use them. He giggled the whole time. Hey, these are my walnuts and almonds. Get your own nuts. Didn't even want them to eat. Derek didn't use them, so he had no intentions of adding any. It was a game. Oi! You ultimately won, snatching them off the counter when he stopped to take a bite of his meal. Nicholas was a good loser, and only smiled with his mouth full at your victorious sprinkling of walnuts and almonds. Did you tell the child not to take these nuts? Yes, I did. They're my nuts. You glanced down the hallway, expecting Derek's dad to come join the family soon, but Mrs. Suarez let you know how Mr. Suarez very sneakily went past you a couple hours ago when you were sleeping. Derek swallowed a spoonful of peach oatmeal with blueberries to note how his dad had to commute. Derek's mom nodded before moving the conversation forward. Man, it's been forever since I've had oatmeal. I'll take you home in the evening. The younger ones can stay with Mr. Suarez then. You'll have a peaceful ride. Your moms know it'll be a little late. We worked it out yesterday while you were packing. And I'll be out running errands until then. I'll be bringing the kids. You two can enjoy your time however you choose.
Is that fine?
Derek struck his spoon towards the ceiling and gave you a thumbs up from his bar stool. It's Peachy King Jelly Bean. Derek put his other fist on the counter. Double thumbs up. Soon you learned another new thing about Derek's family. His dad commuted very early, and all hands were tasked with cleaning up, whether they were guests or not. Back in a bit? Alright, see you in a bit then, Twy. 5 of you made quick work of breakfast. Then Mrs. Suarez, with some more assistance from Derek, corralled George and Nicholas into the minivan to act as helpers during her daily tasks. George could properly fulfill that role, while Nicholas was more of an honorary helper who still needed more support than he gave. The title was still exciting enough for him to release Derek for 1 minute so he could be strapped into his car seat for the drive. From one job to another, you and Derek were left alone to put the living room back into its proper order. First, your belongings were collected and put aside to make sure nothing got mixed in with the other supplies. The blankets were stuffed back into Derek's room and the spare closet, and any loose marshmallows that were discovered to have escaped being devoured and ended up on the floor were thrown in the trash. Your campsite became a hollow shell of what it once was. It ended so quickly, but a short adventure in the great outdoors of the Suarez living room was better than none. It was still a minor miracle that you got to come. You didn't forget that. Lastly, the two of you worked as a team to break down the tent itself. You slipped out each of the poles, retracted them to their smaller size, and began to get them packed away into the sturdy bag they came from the night before. While folding up one of the legs, Dirk lightheartedly chatted with you.
Oh man.
I'm so excited. The whole day. We can do anything before you gotta go. Walk to the park, watch a movie, get food somewhere. He hummed along with a bounce in his pose. He was having plenty of fun just doing regular chores with you. The good mood was infectious. It's great. I was just thinking about how I was surprised my mom's let me come today. Out of nowhere, Derek twitched like he was hit by a bolt. His hand flipped over protectively, and the pole fumbled out of his grasp. It clattered against the wooden floor. The sharp sound made Derek wince. He gave a meek apology while the leg rolled back against his sneaker just as pitifully. Is everything okay, dude? Sorry. Derek bent his knees and gripped at the shirt's edge on the way down, before he reached out to pick up what he dropped. What were you saying? That was pretty off. You didn't miss the blaring sign complete with warning sounds that something was up, but he obviously wasn't comfortable, so you tried to let it go. Yeah, there's definitely a reason he wanted us to come over. I was just talking about my mom's. Usually they're really strict about sleepovers. I can't do it out of nowhere. It's a planned thing. Having it be a camp out in the living room must have helped a lot. He gave a bit of a shrug and scanned around for another piece to put away. I'm gonna have to keep that trick in mind. Oh yeah, that makes sense. They are like that. Kinda helicopter parenty. Derek fiddled uselessly with the dark gray rubber foot at the end of the pole. He was pretending to keep busy. He wondered if he remembered what the two of you were supposed to be busy with. It wasn't going away, whether you ignored it or not. Did you think they didn't like you, or that I meant something else? No, forget it. It's dumb and doesn't matter. No, I think it does matter, actually. He threw the words at you. It was final and way harsher than you expected from Derek. The sharp edge of it wasn't for you. That part was directed towards himself. You never slept over at his house before. I'd been your guess for why it might have been a little awkward. There's clearly more to it. You frowned. I don't care if it's dumb. I want to know. His brows angled at the same time. A tight bend formed in the tent leg. The way he twisted it between his hands was too much for the thin piece of pole. He didn't say a word. Oh my god, no. Okay, I'm gonna go with, you can always talk to me about things, you know? He spoke comfortably. He sealed his eyes tight and dropped the leg on purpose this time. Despite all the effort it took him to ask you to come in the first place, that paled in comparison to this. Suddenly, it seemed like he wished you were anywhere but right there. I can't tell you. Wait, why? Dick's voice was an impotent whisper. You'll think I'm the most annoying guy in the world. I am the most annoying guy in the world. Bro, we're friends. Whatever it is, I won't hate you for it. It was such a bad idea. It was sneaky and judgy. I shouldn't have bugged you, but I already did. It's too late. Dick's posture pulled closer and closer together as he spoke. His fists tapped against the front of his chest and his knees bent inward. The pressure building inside was exerting a real force on him. What if you don't want to be friends anymore? Why would I not want to be friends with you anymore? The last part almost disappeared before you had a chance to hear it. He looked small and lost. Oh, hold on. Oh, I guess my stuff must be done. Give me a second. gotta give my cousin 20 bucks. Cause I guess I shrunk her shirt. Have 20 bucks. Like, there's no food for me tonight. This was gonna be my dinner money. That's 75, 80, 100, 30, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay. Okay. So that was something. Wait, what? Did my model do something? What is this? What did my model do? Oh my god. Holy crap. That is one heck of a face. Holy shit. Ugh. Oh, it looks like I didn't need to. I didn't need to give her the money for the shirt. She apologized to me. So, everything's good. Everything's good. Thank you for the help, Pats. Wait, did I get the wrong thing? There we go. This is the right thing. Thank you, Overtaker. Alright, where's my headphones at? Okay. Let me see. I'll always be your friend. The tension kept compounding, causing cracks where more words could slip through.
Well...
I had a reason why I invited you when I did. Why it needed to be now. Oh, is he gonna move away or something? Yes? Even though his eyes creaked open, Derek wasn't looking at you, but finally, he sucked in a breath and took the plunge. Bunny, today is Father's Day. Huh? You can see the right moment where his heart broke. Your jaw dropped. You guessed what day it was, but couldn't have guessed that was Derek's motivation. You could put it together immediately, and though you were still stunned, you couldn't put it into words. Wait. Well, I only have the moms, so I don't celebrate Father's Day. You thought I was gonna be sad because it's Father's Day and I don't have a dad? Oh, don't worry about that, dude. Literally, I don't have a father IRL either, and I could care less about Father's Day. Derek lowered his head and pressed his shoulders up to his ears, trying to hide from the sound of it. Yeah, who cares, bro? Well, I wasn't thinking for sure that you'd be sad. I didn't know how you were gonna feel about any of it, and that's what was chewing at me. Derek poured out words one after another, trying to explain himself and the conflicting feelings he had bottled up the entire time. The floodgates had been opened. It's not like I was around last year when this happened. I couldn't help wondering if it was a normal thing, or a good time, or a low point, or whatever. Oh, welcome back, Twy! Two moms are amazing. What do you mean, Derek? Yeah, like, Derek, I get it, but also, like, it's not that big of a deal. But I don't live in Sunset Bird. I can't walk on over like it's nothing to check. I had to come up with some other dumb way to be around. It's cool, bro. Derek's speaking pace slowed, but his blinks picked up speed. His rapid flow of words went from explanation to admonishment. It wasn't enough for him to choke on. Like, I don't think anything about what he's saying is bad. Though I don't like the implication that, like, I would be sad just having moms or whatever. But, like, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, dude. But that's stupid, because if you actually wanted me to be anywhere near you today, you could have asked yourself. And your moms are great, better than most dads. And you've got Elizabeth too. Yeah, same, that's weird. It's Father's Day, I need to spend time with Daddy Bunny, Derek. Yeah, Derek, what you're saying is admittedly a little weird, but I kinda understand. Yeah, you guys need to consider this. Derek is 13, yeah. They reach weird conclusions at that age.
Sorry.
I shouldn't have made a whole big thing out of it because I made stuff up in my head. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It's okay, dude. And then I went bone dry into silence. Derek dropped his arms to his sides in defeat. Could only look at you out of the corner of his eyes. Didn't feel good about the day, but yet Derek there. If you uncomfortably, it wasn't something you asked for. It was infuriating that he'd butt into your family. Knowing Derek viewed things that way was strange. You weren't sure how to feel. Yeah, I think that's how I feel at the end of the day. I just think it's a little strange. But at the same time, kind of this, and that he was a sweet guy. Kind of a mixture of all three of those, but I think this overall is my overarching feeling of this. Like, I don't know. Just like, okay. I don't really feel like tearing up, clenching my face, covering my face, turning away from it. I'm just gonna stand there in a daze, I guess. Your thoughts were swimming in the emotional mess he had dumped on you. Derek's caution turned to concern. Bunny? Your name said with his voice sounded like a soccer ball smashing through a window, absolutely shattering. Oh god. Yeah, I think I'll go with this one. So no matter what, I'm gonna say something mean. I'm sorry, Derek. Why would you think that matters to me at all? I don't have to have a dad.
Yeah.
I know, you're right. He shrunk in front of you, his head and shoulders slumped over shamefully. I should have just asked you and listened to whatever you said or accepted it if you didn't want to tell me. I shouldn't have creepily made you come to my house so I could watch and see if maybe I could figure it out without having a normal conversation. Yeah, Derek, when you word it like that, that is weird. Why couldn't you just talk to me? The VN is going on a way that we have to be upfront about it. It's not a big deal for us, yeah. When you word it like that, though, Derek, it is a bit weird. I'm sorry. Communication, huh? Derek did the only thing he could do to get even smaller. He crouched down to the floor. I'm gonna cool off, because it's not that big of a deal. Communication, huh? That sounds like things you do with friends? Yes, Derek is in fact a friend. He tucked his legs up against his chest and gripped at the fabric of his jeans. Derek murmured helplessly. I gaslight friends. Really?
Maybe.
Maybe you still want to talk to me? I'll just listen. I don't know. You're kind of irritating me right now, Derek. I'm gonna be real, you're kind of irritating me. You took a breath through your nose, steadying yourself, and tried to speak with a tone that wasn't completely crushing. He was low enough already. Like, I get it, he's 13 and all that. It's still a little irritating, though. Like, I think it's just the way that he's, like, wording things that kind of irritates me. I noticed what's going on in the world enough to remember it was today. I didn't care. Stream lagged briefly? Oh shoot, let me see. That's my bitrate. Bitrate seems to be okay. Let me see. Is it back to normal now? I did see it blurred for a little bit. Let me see. Let me see if I should maybe exit out of some stuff. Oh shoot, I'm hiccuping. Stop hiccuping! Stop hiccuping! Okay, model is fine, so it should be okay. Okay. Let me get some water. Try to stop my hiccuping. Curious, what all are the causes for hiccups? Is it like you drink too much? Or is it because you like cried a little bit? Thank you for the hydrate. And thank you for the take a moment. Okay. get some stretches in. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. I'm just gonna be like, I could literally, honestly, I could literally never care about Father's Day personally. I heard being gaslighted is a leading cause of hiccups. And no wonder I got hiccups then. Constantly being gaslighted. But me not caring doesn't mean it's now okay that you bothered me about it. Derek stared distantly at nothing. His eyes had none of the shine you were familiar with. I really messed up. You're the one who asked me to do it. I did not! He bit his lip and stopped talking. I'm gonna punch you, Derek. He was trying to listen and felt as though he ruined that plan too. Derek waited there on the floor silently, still curled up in a ball. If there was more you needed to tell him, he wasn't going to miss it. I just want to say I'm glad I've got two moms. I'm glad with the family that I have that loves me. It doesn't matter that I don't have a dad. I love them.
I get it.
Definitely. I get that. They're really good. He's biting his lip on the worst moment. Enjoy the lurk, Omni! Thank you! That was an understatement. Your moms were some of the best people in the world. Mentioning them took you right back to the fun times you had with your family. My moms are happy sharing Mother's Day with each other for the parent-based holiday. Though one time, Mom joked about how they could switch off. One could have the actual Mother's Day to herself, and the other could make Father's Day be the other Mother's Day. Despite Derek's attempt to remain stoic after what he'd done, Mom's joke still pulled some snickers from him. She would have been thrilled to know that. I was curious, actually, how, like, two moms have Mother's Day. Elio, okay, I'm starting to forgive Derek. Derek bit his lip. No, don't you dare bite your lip. Let's compromise. Mom is so funny. Totally. But that's why we've never done anything for today. Yeah, I don't want to go into this. I don't know. Like, I feel like these four options imply that I want a dad. And maybe a little part of me does wish for a dad. Like, me personally. I'm like self-inserting myself into this game with my options. And I never did have a dad. So I can definitely relate to this conversation. But like, whenever I think about it, it's just like a small feeling inside of me. Where I'm just like, it would be nice to have a dad. But like, if my dad didn't give a shit about me, then I don't give a shit about my dad, kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything else. Your thoughts drifted away from Derek, and even from you. They floated across the condo, out the window, and off into the vast summer sky. As the silence settled between you, Derek plucked at his shoelaces and chewed on the inside of his cheek uncomfortably. God, this is just like the dysphoria episode for me. Giving me flashbacks to my childhood. Yeah, but you want to talk about it? It's kind of blah, yeah. I don't really want to talk about stuff like that, especially in this mood. I just want to be like, yeah, can we just not talk about it? Like, there's hardly anything to even really talk about. It's just like, yeah, I don't have a dad. Like, it's cool. It's fun. When you felt the need to fix everything or make it all better, it was a major hitch when it was not your problem to solve. The air conditioner whirled in the background. Though your fuzzy feeling mind's eye, you could picture your moms and your big sister. Then your brain and your body suddenly snapped together in full focus. Wait, what about Elizabeth? Oh shit, so Elizabeth's alone. The mention of her name got the same instant reaction from Derek that you just experienced. His eyebrows lifted and his mom opened soundlessly in a small O. And we all also already established too that Elizabeth was like adopted and she wants to know about her family, so I'm assuming she would feel even worse about Father's Day than I would. since I never knew about my family, and I never cared to know about my family. She acts like she's over everything, but I think I remember, back when we were little kids, she would get mad on Father's Day. Maybe that's why she was so aggressive yesterday. She didn't have friends who were coming over or anything, and Mom's had work, and now I'm gone too. God. Yeah, she heard about her family. That's what I mean. I'm saying me as Bunny. I didn't choose to hear about my family. But Elizabeth did hear about her family, so that's why she would feel worse about Father's Day than I would. I'm so sorry, Elizabeth. I feel like an asshole. No. Why did I do this? Derek looked hard at the front door. Was he expecting her to walk through, or was he planning on running over to Sunsetburg to check? He had no idea. Yeah, can I go home? I want to be with Elizabeth. No. I feel bad. Like, no hate to you, Derek, but I just realized that I was being an asshole to my sister, so I want to see her. I thought you meant she wanted us and she was interested in knowing. Oh no. She just knows about it.
Shoot.
I thought there might have been a chance of that. That was a horrible realization. He abandoned my sister. I wanna go home. I gotta use your phone. Yeah, good idea. Are we going to fist fight, Elio, an hour ago? Yeah, now I really do feel like an asshole. Also, welcome, Jackie. Yeah, good idea. Derek unfurled himself, got off the floor, and trotted into the hallway with purpose. Mounted right where the living room narrowed into a hallway, set against the front wall, was an off-white telephone. The weight of your sins overwhelm you. The phone at your house was wireless. Derek's had an elastic looped line that kept the receiver front going more than a couple feet away from its base. Visions of Nicholas launching a cordless phone into the air purely for his own entertainment made their way across your mind. The option the Suarezes went with was the most practical for their family. Oh, it's lagging again? Oh shoot. Uh-oh. Yeah, I can see it. The quality is really, really shitty. Let me log out of Discord, see if that helps. Okay. Is it fixed now? I logged out of Discord, so hopefully there's a lot less stuff going on. I've actually been lurking, but I jumped in the middle of things, so I was like, what happened? Elizabeth, try not to think of Father's Day. Try not to think of Father's Day. Try not to think of Father's Day. Why is Bunny squaring up to fight me? Hey, it's my own way of trying to get her to not think of Father's Day. That feel when Bunny is always squaring up to fight Elizabeth, just an average day in their household. Yeah, that's how you show your sibling love, obviously. Seems normal now? Okay, good. Let me know if there are any more lags going on. I'll go into PNG mode. Your sibling, however, would throw a fit if she couldn't chat with her gal pals in private. Elizabeth. I wondered what she was thinking about right now. But you wouldn't have to imagine for longer. Derek didn't waste any time taking the receiver off the hook and offering it to you. The audio is fine, but let me refresh? Alright, let me know. There have been so many times in the past Derek used that very device to call your house so the two of you could chat about your lives and make plans for whatever else. You literally ended up on the other side of things, poised to give the lappy line a ring from the Suarez condo. Okay, yeah, it's cool now. Okay, nice. When you read this message, say chat delay. Chat delay. Let me see. To give him Derek, chat delay. This is pretty decent, yeah. Pretty good amount of track delay, I'd say. Not a few seconds, no big deal. Yeah, I feel like that's the norm for streams. Eric, I don't remember it, my house number. I would be that person. I need to have it in my phone. Oh, no worries, I got it. I've had worse without realizing. Derek turned his wrist around so he could punch in the number himself. He had it memorized. Then, when it was all ready to go, he held it out for you again. You took it from him with a sheepish but appreciative smile. When you pressed the cool speaker against the side of your face, you heard the high-pitched dial tone playing on repeat. Being ignored for more seconds is a normal thing around. Yeah. I think fuck Derek usually has his shit together. I totally would have forgotten my house number too. LMAO. Yeah, the only number I know by heart is my number, which does not help me. I'm like trying to remember my cousin's number and I can't remember my cousin's number. Well, let's hope I don't get in an accident and need to call my cousin but not remember their number and I don't have my phone on me. But I don't even remember mine. I really don't know the police's number. Oh, okay, I know the police's number. I rang and rang, waiting for one specific person miles away to answer its call. Finally, she did. It's 812, right? I thought it was 911. Wait, what? I thought you would remember your house number, but not your own number. Nope, I don't remember my house number. It's 11037. Hello? Your sister's unmistakable voice filtered through the phone. The impatient note in her voice is just as recognizable. She didn't even know who it was and already sounded uninterested. 42069. Hello, Elizabeth. Guess who it is? Apparently her apathetic approach was being generous because when she did find out who it was, she cranked the attitude up to outright annoyance. Honestly, I don't blame her. The way I responded to her was kind of assholey of me.
What?
Bunny, what do you want? I know Elio's number. It's 774. Thank you. It is 774. Tank police or drip redeem? You're facing the wall, but in your peripheral view, you can make out Derek glancing with wide eyes. The conversation had actually started. That was all the insight he had on the situation. If you ever have to give a fake number, just say your number is 420-69-11037. Hell yeah. Let me see. I feel like no matter what I say, Elizabeth is gonna get upset at me. I think I'll go with how are you today, Elizabeth? I'm just great. What do you think? What on earth is wrong with you? Having a bad day, right? Excuse me? Listen, Bunny. Unless the police, firefighters, an ambulance, or our moms are involved in whatever it is you're doing, tell me when you get back. You sputtered to get out something, anything that might reach her, but it was in vain. The line clicked dead without a goodbye. Oh no. Elizabeth! You kept staring at the phone pointlessly. You couldn't move to look at Derek, but your hand holding the receiver lifelessly dropped to your side. Why is this plotline so sad? Bunny? What happened? She hung up. Despite the near single-digit amount of seconds your conversation lasted for, Elizabeth's frustrated tone had come through loud and clear. A pit began to form in the bottom of your stomach. Your sister wasn't happy, and you felt terrible. The wish to have never called her and the wish to have never come to this place fought within you for supremacy. The hall felt cramped, and you were suddenly uncomfortable being surrounded by these walls. Derek watched you helplessly, his fingers tensed, clenching and splaying again. Can I go home, please? A moment passed, then he let out a heavy breath. He wasn't powerless anymore.
I've got a plan.
Another plan? You raised your eyebrow. The promise of a possibility gave you enough of a push to move your hand as well and place the receiver back onto the base. Derek sprinted through the living area and into his bedroom. The clatter of drawers opening and papers flying came through his open door. You slowly stepped to the edge of the hall to try to glimpse what was happening on the other side of the condo. He soon came bounding out again, clearly successful at something. Derek tossed a stack of colorful, folded pamphlets across the surface on the coffee table. You jogged over to meet him there. You couldn't tell what they were from a distance. Let's go to Sunset Bird. These are bus schedules and stuff. I've only gotta look at what the times are, and we can leave. That's amazing. Thanks. He chuckled mischievously. You know what I say, it's good to be prepared. And I did wonder about this kind of thing before. I can't drive, but what if there was an accident or other emergency or whatever and I needed to be someplace right away? That is very mature of you, honestly, Derek. I wouldn't know my bus schedules. I already knew a lot of public transportation stuff because of that. And he really is a big brother, isn't he? Derek began to shuffle the papers around and he flashed you a bright grin.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think I'd be pulling this out so that I could go see Elizabeth of all people. Derek laughed lightheartedly over the joke. The words didn't feel very breezy to you. That was because, if he was honest, it wasn't about your sister. He'd spent time studying ways to get to Sunset Bird for his friends, for Cove and for you. With you and him living away from each other and not going to the same school, sometimes it seemed like maybe you stopped being a piece of his life once he left your town. This proved you definitely didn't disappear for Derek. Aww. He cared about you even when you weren't there, and you could count on him even more than you had known. While you were stuck inside your own head, Derek had his nose in the brochures. Maybe Derek was the dad to his happy day all along. Yeah, happy Father's Day, Derek. He pressed his palms on the table, fervently scanned the timetables, and rambled more about his scheme. There isn't a direct line to Sunset Bird. It's kind of a small place. We can take a bus to a real station and get on a smaller shuttle for tourists. Oh, did you see step 4, Derek? Does he look daddy in step 4? Derek's hands lifted from and then hit the smooth surface under him, making a solid smack noise. He was done searching. His gaze flicked up to your face. Is that okay? Are you seriously gonna do this? I'm as serious as you are. Okay. We are 2 children taking public transportation, though. We need to be careful, and you need to tell your parents what's going on. His absolute conviction was enough to convince you. You nodded. We can leave a note for Mom about what happened, or... Derek packed up the pamphlets, sticking them in the crook of his arm. He twisted his head behind him, but whispered to you covertly over his shoulder. If it makes you better, we might be able to get back before she even knows. I think I would feel better to just let her know in case something happens to us personally. We should tell her.
Yeah.
1 sec. Derek dashed to the back room with all the bus schedules in his arms. Not that kind of dad. Y'all? He shoved them into something, then ran out to rejoin you at the front of the condo with the bag swung over his shoulder. Next, he went into the kitchen to grab a notepad and pen from the counter. He hopped up on his tiptoes to lean over it and scribbled a few rows of explanation on the paper. God, if I were Derek's parents and I came home to see this letter, I would freak the fuck out if I didn't get a phone call from Sunset Bird letting me know that they're there. He jabbed the button to retract the pen nib with his thumb and set it down alongside the note.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Right. You skipped up your own backpack and the 2 of you locked the now empty apartment behind you. Okay, we locked the apartment. Good. At a brisk pace, Derek led the way out of the condo complex and down the city sidewalks. You had to weave through crowds of people making their own way across town. Most of them were much older and taller than you were. Between the mass of strangers and the immense skyscrapers bearing down on you from all sides, you felt like a very small part of a far bigger world. I'll have Derek offer his hand to me. I'll take it. He wrapped his own fingers around yours and held tight. That gave you the reassurance you hoped it would. You were in this together. You pushed forward until you reached the nearest bus stop. A group had already gathered in the same spot for the same purpose. Derek didn't fight to reach the front of the pack. He just kept to the fringes. You waited for anywhere from 5 minutes to 50 minutes. It's pretty impossible to track time accurately when you felt every single sluggish second hit you like a brick. Derek doing what Shiloh didn't. He really did! He really did! Finally, someone actually offers their hand to me. I'm not the one offering my hand to people and having them not take my hand. No matter how long it actually was enough time to think. Part of you had felt as though you couldn't possibly seriously get on a bus and go back to Sunset Bird without any of your parents. That just wouldn't happen. He really did. Shiloh walked so Derek could run. Thank you for the head pats. Wait, wrong. I'm not used to the hotkeys for this model yet. Hold up. Okay, there we go. I think I hit the right one this time. Thank you for the head pats, Overtaker! That was probably why you went along with Derek's impulse as quickly as the idea had struck him. But reality hit you like a bus when an actual bus turned a corner and came your way, and it hit me and it isekai'd me! You gave Derek's hand another squeeze. He responded by tugging you a little bit closer to him. The massive vehicle hit its brakes and slowed to a halt. The doors opened to let out those who arrived at their destination, except new riders. The crowd jostled together and filtered through and from the door. You and Derek went in at the tail end of the group. You had enough change in your pocket to pay the fare. Derek flashed a bus pass for his entry. The city bus was as overflowing with people as the streets were. You had to shuffle while turned to your side to get through the aisle without knocking into the arms or legs of the other passengers. There was barely enough space to breathe. Humid summer days had never been more miserable. Yo, did we get on that one bus that I talked about before? He took her to Dan's jewelry or whatever. I fucking love that bus ad. He got it at Dan's. Or she got it at Dan's. You couldn't even find seats that were side by side. Instead, you had to settle for 2 aisle seats that were across the way and 1 row diagonal from each other. That meant you had to let go of Derek, which was the worst of it all. The automatic door creakily swung closed. You rocked as the wheels began to turn. I wanted to move faster. You curled your hands around the edge of the seat like a death grip. It couldn't be over soon enough. But then you heard your name over the din. Bunny, we can do it! The soft look on his face and the encouragement in his voice were directed solely towards you. It was all he could offer, and it was enough. Thanks. Your lips perked up slightly at the edges of your mouth. Derek didn't attempt to carry on the conversation. Not that he really could in the hectic space with the distance between you. He'd become completely focused on watching for your stop. He had a destination he needed to get you to, and he was going to do it no matter what. More stops passed by until, eventually, Derek leaned his chest over the open space to send a quick message. His tone was breathy like a whisper, but way too loud to really be whispering. This is it! He shifted upright immediately and tugged the bell, marking this as a stop for the driver. Soon, the bus came to a cautious halt along the edge of the curb. Yo, the buses that where I live, they don't do that if you push on the thing. They're like, you will only get off at these specific stops. I wish my buses did this. Once at a full stop, the doors popped open and you repeated the awkward shimmy through the aisle so you could exit. When your feet landed on the cracked ground, you sighed in relief. It was over. You'd made it. This is really good! On Derek's first step into the station, he pulled one of the brochures out of his pocket and flipped it open. He must have kept that single pamphlet with the necessary details when packing the rest of the collection away. Derek was prepared as always. He held it up to his face, mapping out the station and using the guide like a treasure hunter. God. He wandered around through the wide open floor plan, searching up and down for the sections where shuttles would load passengers. I hate looking up train information. It's so confusing for me. I'm always like the one looking up the train and bus schedules for my friends whenever we make plans, and I hate it. I hate being the one doing it, because I get so confused during it. Ugh. You were the first to spot the one vehicle headed towards a tiny tourist town. It made you stop in place. Derek. Yeah? At the sound of his name, he lifted his face up above the station map and saw what you saw. Oh! The shuttle was barely 1/4 the size of the bus. It was a glorified van. You only recognized it for what it was, thanks to the unusual pale orange paint job, and also the word shuttle painted in blue across the doors. He tucked the bus schedule pamphlet into his back pocket and gave you a thumbs up. Derek bought tickets at a nearby customer service counter. Imagine if we didn't have the money for it. God. There's no humoring the possibility of you buying your own ticket or paying for both. That wasn't a hill to die on today. Then you were ready for another ride. You poked your head inside the cabin. Only a handful of other travelers were nestled between the 4 rows of seats. I just know I'm gonna get in trouble. My moms are not gonna let me sleep over at Derek's ever again after this stunt. I can feel it. I can feel it. Stranded on a bus stop. Like, if I went home, they would be like, how did you get here? And then we go like, we took a bus and then we took a train to get here. I'm pretty sure my moms are gonna flay me alive. Not bad, I guess, but we're not going where the bus driver goes. Where am I going? I don't know. You poked your head inside the cabin. Only a handful of other travelers were nestled between the 4 rows of seats. There's the Evangelion character clapping and saying congratulations. What? What brought that on? From the seat cushions to the smell, the shuttle was immensely more agreeable than the bus. You're even able to get spots side by side this time. God, what does your guys' buses smell like? Our bus could smell like vomit or like piss. I hate riding the bus. Oh, it looks like the background? Derek, though, wasn't in any more of a mood to talk. The physical atmosphere might have improved, but the discomfort he felt on the inside was still eating at him. He could only sit in silence. For all the gnawing tension you did make it, the shuttle inevitably came to its stop in Sunset Bird parking lot. The car was switched off and its driver gave permission for guests to leave. You ride the bus? We ride the bus! Also, Dwarf, do you feel like that when you go outside and you see the blue sky? Oh wow, it's just like Evangelion. While the other riders leisurely shuffled around bags set by their feet and readjusted their hats, you and Derek hopped right off into freedom. Derek took a couple of stumbling steps after his leap from the car, and then he stood in place. He watched for your next move, counting on your guidance to finish the journey. You think I know my way around my town? Really? It was time to switch roles. Sunset Bird was your turf, not his. The other riders? I'm gonna punch you. You spun in a single circle, scanning the area for clues as to which of the multiple big, flat, mostly empty parking lots you landed in. You hopped right off, but did you bait right off too? I more need to ride off of there. When you swung back around, you got a glimpse behind the shuttle and spotted the corner of the grocery store. You couldn't have been closer to home. We're almost there. This way. You waved your hand over your shoulder and towards the main street to rally your single troop for a charge.
Nice.
Awesome! Nice work, Bunny! He made a break for it and launched across the blacktop. You ran with him. There's no time to lose. Marnie? Or last shoulder? Oi! You are so good at coming up with that stuff on the fly, my god. Derek was so fixated, he might accidentally leave you in the dust if you didn't push yourself. You flew out of the parking lot and dashed down the sidewalk you'd seen a million times before. From there, it was a turn into the residential area. Before you knew it, you'd arrived at the top of the hill on your street. You were close. The decline of the road propelled your steps even faster. Derek almost crashed into you when you both dove towards the entryway of your house. You caught yourself by bracing your hands against the front door. Morning! Bunny! Hello, Daimon! Welcome! How's it going? I like coming up with them on the fly and on the mosquito, too. It took a second for you to separate your stinging palms from the wood so you could get your key out. But you got it in the lock, turned the key, and pulled. Finally, huffing and puffing, you stumbled inside. You were home. After everything, you almost didn't know what to expect when you laid your eyes on the scene. But it was your living room, exactly as it was every day of your life. Now the thing was out of place. The low hum of the fridge was the only sound. I went into Elizabeth's room and slowly opened the door. Elizabeth clearly hadn't torn the house apart in an emotional rampage, although you didn't know what her own room looked like. Bunny? You snapped your head to the sound, and there she was, standing on the first step of the stairs. Elizabeth. No, don't make that joke! I'm sorry. Her mouth remained open, despite not saying anything else. An eyebrow was arched high on her forehead. Hi. Hi? Wait, is that why you were calling? To tell me you were coming back way early? No. I think I would explain everything directly to her. That might be for the best. There's no point in beating around the bush, not after how much you went through to do what you did. I just woke up. How's everyone doing? I'm doing pretty good. I got work in like 2 hours? So, just playing a bit before I gotta get ready for work. Hope you have a good day, Nyrone. Me and Derek wanted to see if you were okay, cause you were alone here on Father's Day. She let out a single derisive bark of laughter, and more was threatening to spill out. It wasn't the worst reaction you could have gotten, all things considered. How did that even come up? The tip of Derek's foot scuffed at the wooden floor. While it kept sparkling clean, he meekly confessed his part in the debacle.
Well...
I wanted Bunny to spend the night at my place so I could make sure he wasn't sad or anything. That's what I was hoping for anyway, but it wasn't a great plan. He couldn't help offering an apologetic glance to you. The mocking humor that colored her face was wiped away. In an absolutely deadpan way, she said 2 words.
Oh.
That's adorable. Oh god. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, Elizabeth. That was enough to end the conversation. Derek had no comeback, and your sister simply stared blankly. Come on, I don't like saying this, but I feel like this is probably the best end outcome from all of these options, possibly. Come on, how are you really doing, Elizabeth? Yeah, cold as a stone, but understandable, yeah. A seriously uncomfortable 3-way staring contest commenced. You kept your focus locked on your sister. She did the same to you. Derek flip-flopped between Elizabeth and you. Then Elizabeth caved. She pinched the bridge of her nose and groaned dramatically. Fine. You kids win. Today was annoying. Not because I care that I only get to have 2 moms and can't celebrate Daddy Day. It's because every year everybody else is busy and I'm stuck doing nothing. And so, no, I wasn't in a sunshine and rainbows kind of mood. It didn't help that you ended up getting off that boat either. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, change hairstyle? Did she say Daddy Day? She did. Baby Lizzie, oh, thank you for the head pats, Myron. Thank you. Hold on, is my thing working good? Okay, yeah. Alright, we're doing good. And then you called me! She whipped an accusatory finger right at your chest.
Rude.
You'd gone off to have a party with your friend out of nowhere, and decided while doing that to give me a ring while I was stuck in the house like a loser? Rude. Honestly, understandable. You're 100% correct, Elizabeth. That's why I hung up. Her smirk returned, much more earnest than before. Didn't think you were gonna race across the city to come keep me company. A kind of affectionate teasing from your only older sister warmed your heart. It was special, and all the discomfort was worth it. You could already tell today would be something to laugh about for years to come. Derek remained serious. He blinked in rapid succession and mustered up the will to continue with his regretful appeal. Elizabeth, I'm really sorry for not thinking about this more. Elizabeth cut that right off. She swished her hand in front of her face, trying to physically bat away Derek's sentiment.
No.
Don't be, please. Save your energy. She settled the tips of fingers against the center of her forehead, her other hand resting on her hip that she jutted out to the side. It's not your job to babysit me. You're not my big brother, and I'm not the one you like. Elizabeth was as sassy as ever. Oh wait, shit. Elizabeth was as sassy as ever, and Derek's overly self-reflective maturity seemed childish when cast in that light. She just lit up Derek as having a crush on me. Oh my god. You know I have to friend zone him, right? A dark red blush grew across Derek's cheeks, but he smiled. It was a good reminder that he demanded a lot more from himself than others did. I'm sorry, Derek. Damn, Derek got destroyed. Emotional damage. As if for the first time, your sister appraised you and Derek, huddled together, sweaty and frumpy from the journey. Lizzie, stop, he's already dead. Oh dear, where were my manners? I've got guests and haven't even offered them a drink. She shrugged one arm while sashaying over to the kitchen, opening the fridge. Not very politely, Elizabeth shouted out while sticking her head into the chilled shelves. She did Derek dirty, wow. She literally just said, yeah, you have a crush on my brother. Right in front of me. What do you want?
Thanks.
Just water, please. Thanks. That look on his face is the look of a man dying inside. I want cola.
Uh-huh.
A water and cola. She set a bottle of water and can of soda promptly on the counter. When her hands were free, she reached back into the fridge to snag a carton of tropical juice, as well as a glass for herself. Elizabeth poured a glass of juice for herself. One more time, Elizabeth, the demure hostess she was, shouted at you from the kitchen. Come and get it! She punctuated the statement by bumping the fridge door shut with her hip. Then she walked back to the living room, taking a sip of her juice. Good to know you can never trust her with knowledge of your own crush. Yeah, I'm never gonna tell Elizabeth that I like Baxter. She'll probably go right up and tell Baxter the next time she goes to play mini golf. Dick took it upon himself to pick up both of your drinks. He went straight to the kitchen, grabbed the drinks, and then returned to offer you yours. You accepted it from him. Thanks. It made your sister snicker over the rim of her glasses. Her gaze stayed on you while she lowered herself slowly down to sit on the floor. You shared a quick look at Derek, but ultimately joined your sister on the ground. The three of you arranged yourselves in a small circle shape, each with your little drink in hand. It almost felt like being a kid in kindergarten again. Elizabeth lifted her cup up over the center of the group.
Come on.
To this auspicious occasion, cheers to us. As sarcastic as her tone was, the fun she was having was genuine. I kind of actually really do like Elizabeth. To us! Cheers. He thrusted his own drink out in celebration before bringing it back towards his chest. He twisted off the cap of the water bottle and gulped down about half of it in one go. Derek idly wiped at his mouth when Elizabeth asked a flat question. How did you actually get here? Is Miss Suarez idling in her minivan out there? Oh god, I'm gonna get in trouble. Derek's reply was perfectly cheery. After the long way here, his spark was finally coming back.
Nope.
Nope, we took the bus. A bus? And a shuttle. Some of the buses go right into Sunset Bird, but we made it. Well, obviously you can see that.
Okay.
Okay, another question. Are you gonna be completely grounded for this? We left a note from her mom. She'll understand. This is an emergency. Or it could have been one. Nah, you're grounded, dude. You're 100% grounded. Huh. It's worth it no matter what happens. Closing doors with your hips are hot, I simped. Elizabeth rested her eyes shut and took another long sip of juice. You're gonna have to compete with Shiloh. Shiloh is also an Elizabeth simp. I don't know, does Shiloh come back later in the game? I'm curious. I won't tell our moms. I'll show Shiloh. I'll be in a relationship so much better than Shiloh will ever have. Shiloh who? Exactly. Thanks. We're all partners in crime. Would you want to hang out for a little while? We're not making Father's Day cards. That's so dumb. How? We can't go anywhere. Derek jumped right on board with that idea. He had an answer for almost any problem. We'll play a board game. It'd be fun and we got a little time. You ever played Pretty Pretty Princess?
Yeah.
I'll do it. Me too.
Okay.
Alright. The three of you agreed on a classic game and did one round. Soon stacks of fake money, tiny figures, and tokens are scattered around the living room while each of you fought for financial supremacy. Oh, we're playing fucking Monopoly? I wanna play Pretty Pretty Princess! Elizabeth shifted to lay on her stomach, and Derek sat up, vigilant for anyone who tried to cheat the system. You really felt like a kid again. At the end of the line, Elizabeth was victorious. She was as graceless of a winner as always, meaning not at all, and she took her sweet time gloating about it. It was a nice time. When it was really over, Elizabeth spoke up. One game of Monopoly? With how much time? Monopoly can go on for a really long time. We are gonna get in trouble. We are getting grounded. 100%. 100% we are grounded after this shit. Alright, you gotta go. She stretched her legs and arms, spreading out wide. Being bored all day is gonna be the least of our worries if moms come in and you've magically appeared in the living room. Right, instead we got to magically vanish into thin air. Oh, you're not gonna snitch on me, Elizabeth? Her eyes narrowed, looking between you and Derek. Enjoy what's left of your little sleepover. Derek's mouth dropped open fruitlessly, then he closed again. Didn't know what to say to that. Finally, he waved and chirped out a generic farewell. Oh god, this guy's down bad. I'm sorry, Derek. I feel bad. I feel bad for stringing him along now. I said that I would be his trophy husband, but I didn't mean it. He's blushing at this. He's blushing at getting to spend more time with me. I'm leading him on. I'm sorry, Derek. I'm not into you like that. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry for leading you on. I feel bad he lied. Oi, I can feel bad eventually after leading someone on for, I guess, months on end. Bye, Elizabeth. See you around. I want to give her a hug. Elizabeth rolled her eyes in staged annoyance. She couldn't take the smile off her face, and she ultimately returned the gesture, wrapping her arms around your neck. You're not gonna squeeze the life out of it, are you? Elio, you're a monster. I'm sorry!
Goodbye.
With your mission accomplished, the two of you returned to the wide open world. Returning to the parking lot was a far more leisurely trip than your arrival had been. There was time before you'd take off again. You drifted ahead like the lazy white clouds above you. The fluffiness of them made you think of marshmallows. I want some marshmallows now. The pale orange 12-seater came into sight, parked at the far edge of the lot. You and Derek got your tickets to ride and hopped on. Benny's so popular with the boys. Wow, I'm gonna have a harem at the end of this. I already planned how I was gonna start step 3. I wanna cause drama. Step 3 is gonna be the drama step. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. This is like setting up the like small relationship between these characters and stuff. But next step is the drama. Next step is the tea. There's gonna be fights. There's gonna be crying. Everything wrong that is wrong will happen. I'm gonna be the menace. I truly am gonna be the menace in step 3. I'm gonna be the Antichrist in these people's lives. The Antichrist of their love life. Only one will be victorious, but I will make them all think that they can be victorious, but they won't. Try and date me. You won't. You're gonna say you love both. I'm sorry, Derek, but I love Baxter. A few scattered tourists in their sun hats and floral patterned shorts were seated throughout the cabin. I swear to God, Baxter better show up in the 3rd step. I'm betting on him appearing in the next step. I need my drama. If he appears in the next step, that's gonna be drama. That's gonna be Drama Town. The small number of people in the space still felt cramped because of limited room in the car. You could smell their sunscreen in the air. In a slow, curving motion, the shuttle pulled out. Bunny's hair mark, let's go! Derek sat rigidly, silently tapping his pointer fingers against the top of his knees for the entire trip. No words were exchanged by anyone, except a few rules and updates mumbled out by the driver. People were tired from their own long adventures out in the world. You could only imagine what the strangers sharing the shuttle had been through, while barely audible acoustic guitar tracks played on the radio. Sorry, Bunny, can't stay. I have school. Have a very fun day, everyone. See you later, Nyrone! Eventually, the shuttle arrived. Each person went their separate ways except for you and Derek, who stayed by one another's side as a pair. He navigated the station with the maps he had kept tucked in his back pocket as a guide. And finally, you sat down in the deep blue, well-worn fabric of a city bus seat for the last ride. Bye-bye, love and kisses for everyone! Yay! Have a good day at school! When the bus pulled out this time, Derek wiped his brow with his wristband. You made it back to Derek City. No mortifying calls would have to be made from an overpriced bus stop payphone to beg one of your parents to come get you. Derek slipped lower in his seat and stretched his legs out in the aisle. The bus wasn't even half full, so making a little extra room for himself wasn't getting in anyone's way this time. From the outside, the sun was still dripping under the horizon, giving the air relief from its sweltering heat. It all came together to make the metal tube of public transportation less suffocating, totally incomparable to the experience you had at the height of the afternoon. Now it was safe to relax. Derek glanced over his shoulder, staring across the rows of chairs to the front. You just barely caught the small smile on his face. Yeah, let's forget about the bad parts of today. Hey, thanks for thinking about me. Derek turned right around to face you and made a big show of swatting his hand nonchalantly, which pretty much completely precluded it from being a casual gesture. God, he's down bad. He is down bad. I'm so sorry, Derek. Let's not think of the bad parts of the day. What is there left? The Monopoly. No worries. I'm just happy it worked out. That was the missing piece to complete the picture of relief. Getting to be on good terms with Derek again. You couldn't hate him, even if you fought sometimes. Can't believe you took a bus and a shuttle all the way to Sunset Bird so I could see Elizabeth. Yeah, he is down bad for me. Oh God, I'm sorry. Siblings have to look out for siblings. Yeah, you want to be her sibling, don't you? Through marriage, through marrying me. And he looked directly at you. Friends look out for friends. Okay, Derek. I know that I can count on you to help me out with the bros when I need it. Yeah, just the bros. Should I? Friends. Should I be a thought? This is all for the drama. This is all for the drama. Gently, you shifted over to let the side of your face nestle against your seat neighbor. Monster. Listen, you guys are watching. You guys are watching this drama happening. Derek's eyes fluttered closed with a sweet sigh. You guys are not free from sin. You were snuggled in for the final leg of the journey, and all you had to do was wait, homewrecker. There was a soft vibration in the back of the bus. It slowly went up your spine and all the way down to the tips of your toes. During the ride before, the sensation had frayed at your nerves. Now it was soothing. Oh, I'm ruining this boy's life. With every stop that passed, your eyelids grew heavier. If yours wasn't just the fourth one down the line, you might have fallen asleep. You and Derek were the only ones who got off at that point. The two of you hopped from the front door of the bus onto the sidewalk to lead him on like that. Derek leisurely retraced the familiar path you had gone on with him, marching step by step. Okay, but I think I have to end here, because my phone battery is getting low, and I don't want to go to work with a low phone battery. So I'm gonna go offline for now and charge up my phone and get ready for work. I was hoping that we could have finished Derek's DLC for step 2 today, but looks like I was wrong. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for the stream, Ilya. No problem. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I always forget how long these scenes are. But yeah, thank you guys again for coming. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. We'll see. I still have yet to get my work schedule, so we'll see how things get arranged. But let's see. Okay. It looks like, oh, they're still streaming. I got asked to come to this Among Us collab, but I wound up kind of passing on it because I wanted to stream Our Life today, and I already had Our Life planned for today, and it was kind of a bit late notice for me. But let's raid them. They are still playing Among Us. So we're gonna raid Mizusuki Ginga, who is playing Among Us right now. And I'll see you guys later. Wish them a happy day, let them know. I gotta go offline and prep for work. But yes, have a good time at Mizusuki Ginga's stream, everyone. And I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye-bye!